wish I were big. Your wish is granted.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Volume 1, the anime and manga podcast where we highlight and discuss new series each week. But today we are back again with more One Piece, which means more Done Piece, which means that today my name is Josh, Page 1 Michaels, and I am joined by
Mehgan,
my sister.
I didn't know. Mehgan Ulti Perrine. Yay!
Dude, apologies up top to the audio listeners. If you're listening and things sound a little muffled, it's because we're both, for this cosplay, wearing masks. But we look great, especially Mehgan. So hop on over and check out the video if you're just listening to the audio of this. But if you're here watching on YouTube right now, I mean, look at how fucking awesome Mehgan looks,
You
dude.
look great, too.
Yeah,
Don't
dude,
discount yourself.
But you're really like, this might be one of my favorite One Piece cosplays ever
Really?
that you've ever done, dude. You look fire.
I mean, you helped me with the horns and the wig I styled, but yeah, we're going out with the bang. We had to do it to him.
After the last episode, dude, I know the last episode, the cosplay was a little cursed on my end, dude. I'll say that for
I was
a
cursed.
fact.
I was cursed too.
You were cursed in a great way, dude. You looked great. You looked like hilariously great, and I looked hilariously terrifying.
Oh gosh, that's gonna be really funny to see that. But yeah, we're killing it today.
Yeah, we had to
what a
step our
way.
cosplay game up. We only have 2 episodes left. This episode and the finale of our Done Piece series as we know it.
Oh my goodness.
With Tekken 101.
Oh!
If you tuned in to the live reading, which shout out to everybody who showed up for that. That was a while ago by the time this is coming out, but very recent for us recording this. So yeah, shout out to everybody who showed up for that. And if you were there, then you found out the news then. But here you are finding it out all over again. Tekken 101, we're going to be talking about the end of Wano and all the absolute craziness that occurs in just those, I believe, like 14 chapters. It is so... Each chapter feels like it intensifies, dude. Like, it gets crazier and crazier and crazier with each chapter all the way to the very end. So, very excited to talk to Tekken about all of that.
Yeah, and if you haven't, oh, that's already come out, but if you're watching this and you haven't watched that, go check it out if you want to read along with us before the episode comes out.
Yeah, dude, we're pretty bad at banking episodes, but we never usually do it. But, you know, you got to do what you got to do. So, today, we are going to be covering chapters 1001 through 1043. Like I said, we usually don't bank these episodes, but we did have to bank them. So we didn't have any highlighted comments in the last video just because of, you know, when that came out versus when we recorded it. But today we're going to make up for that by doing a speed round of some highlighted comments before we start going into our thoughts. Let's do it before we start going into our thoughts on this part 3 of Wano. So I have a good amount, and I just kind of want to get through them super quickly.
Okay.
And if you have any comments or any thoughts on them as we go through, I just want to get to as many as possible because there were so many people who pointed out so many things. Yeah, I just want to respond to those.
Cool.
So the first one comes from Josiah Gage, who says, the whole reason behind Kaido not killing Momo when he had the chance is because Kaido legit wants him to grow up to be like Odin. Kaido is the type to actively seek out stronger opponents because he is bored of living forever with so much power. He for sure killed the old hag instantly when she ruined his fated duel with Odin. And there's another comment that I want to shout out that talks about that too. A lot of things really quickly, just rattling some stuff off really quick before we move into the discussion today. There's a lot of things that make sense now in hindsight with the whole Kaido and Momo situation. This being the reason that he didn't, one of the reasons why he didn't kill him. Another person saying that, which I can definitely see now in hindsight, that Kaido himself was a pretty young guy when everybody was coming for him, dude. He was a pretty ferocious young kid himself.
Yeah.
And this is also why Momo is terrified of heights. This is why he did. There's a
Trauma.
now with the trauma, and now with the Odin flashback, we now know why he was so passionately, or why he so passionately turned down that boiling food that was served to him at a certain point. Brings back very traumatic memories. Momo's got a lot of trauma, is the point.
Yeah, a lot of baggage to hold.
A lot of baggage. The next comment, this is another very interesting comment, comes from John Mark Ulip, who says the name of Blackbeard's ship is Saber of, and some people corrected our pronunciation, Zebek, and Rock's full name is Rock D. Zebek. There might be a connection between Rock D. Zebek and Blackbeard, guys.
Oh.
That's super interesting. We talked about the similarity just in sort of character design between Caribou and Rocks, or Rock D, Zebek. I was told it was pronounced like it's a Z. But yeah, dude, I mean, there could be a connection not between him and Caribou, but him and Blackbeard. Which there's also some Blackbeard stuff that I want to get to.
Interesting.
A lot of highlighted comments, making up for last week not having any. Let me see. This one is from Heavenly Demon. Odin's boiling is a reference to a real-life Japanese bandit, Ishikawa Goemon. He was boiled to death in oil along with his infant son, whom he held up as long as he possibly could.
God.
This is horrible. This is insane that this is actually something
I thought
that happened to a real life person.
I know back in the day they used to do some pretty crazy stuff.
Yeah. Have you ever been to the Museum of Torture, dude? It's pretty crazy.
No.
Yeah, they used to do some wild stuff.
Yeah.
Probably still do.
But yeah, that was so unfathomable to happen to even a manga character. Like I can't even imagine it. Wow.
And other people pointing out too that Odin, spelled Odin, is the name of a dish that is served in it's a boiling broth or whatever.
Oh.
And I think there is just one or two more. Sorry guys, making up for lost time. Something maybe to chew on later that you didn't mention here. Buggy and Shanks, this is from, Ethan Franco. Something to maybe chew on later that you didn't mention here. Buggy and Shanks were talking about how Blackbeard apparently doesn't sleep. This wouldn't be too odd for One Piece except for something Luffy said during Drum Island, which we just talked about not too long ago as of this being released with the Manga Bros podcast. We just went back and revisited Drum Island and noticed this all over again. This wouldn't be too odd for One Piece except for something Luffy said during Drum Island, i.e. the arc Blackbeard was first name dropped. Shanks told me that some people from cold places don't need sleep, and pre-Odin flashback, the only time we saw Teach as a kid, they spelled it teach like teacher. That's why it threw me off. Teach as a kid, it was a picture in an SBS of him crying in the snow. Just something to think about. And
I mean, we do know, he was in Drum Island too.
Yeah.
It's very interesting.
Yeah. Crazy. And the last one, I just love these comments, dude. I love reading all of your insights and things that you help us out and point out to us. Like, I appreciate it so much. We appreciate it so much. I love reading these. So one last one. Thank you for bearing with us before we move on. This comment is from that ZZZ. Laughter plays a huge role in OP, just so you know. Shishi, Luffy's laugh style, means revere the emperor, which was used by samurais. Luffy's laugh became relevant when he went to Wano, the land of the samurais. Oda has layered this story so much that even laughing styles hold significance. How much love is given to this world just baffles me every time. Some other people were also saying that even the bounties were plays. The bounties that we saw for Shanks and Big Mom were plays on everybody. Were plays on their name. Just like the attention to detail is absolutely incredible. It never ceases to amaze me.
Wow.
So shout out, everybody who commented on the previous video.
Yeah,
sorry we weren't able to get to some of those comments in our last video, but comment on this video and let us know all of your thoughts because we love to read them. Anyway, moving on, Mehgan, Act 3, Part 3.
A lot's going on.
Yes.
Lots going on. A lot of stuff to talk about. A lot of reveals. And a lot of things were revealed that, obviously they were crazy in the moment, but just thinking about the repercussions for, later arcs or later chapters is it's insane.
Yeah, dude, we got some stuff. We got some bombs dropped, like probably some of the biggest bombs dropped. The breadcrumbs leading towards that huge reveal here. But we talk about the last part being action-packed. And here in this chunk of chapters is the payoff to all of that setup from all of that action. Because here, again, we get so many fights. I mean, I was literally going through my notes before the episode. And just to name a few, and I'm probably forgetting some. But in this chunk, we get the finales and the full fights between Kaido versus Luffy. We don't see the ending of it, but we, kind of do, or people seem to think it's the end of that fight. Zoro versus King. We get Sanji versus Queen. We get Robin versus Black Maria. We get Law and Kid versus Big Mom. We get Jinbei versus Who's Who. We get Cat Viper versus Pero Sparrow. We get Dogstorm versus Jack. We get Killer versus Hawkins. We get Frankie versus Sasaki. So, and I'm probably forgetting some.
Yeah.
I mean, it's insane. So
it was reading it. I was just like,
yeah, it
was insane.
And I have to say, in going back and preparing for this episode, which was very daunting, because it's just so much happening. And when we get to the climaxes of a lot of these arcs, this tends to be how it feels, right? Similar in Dressrosa or just in Whole Cake, but in any arc, as it reaches its climax, it's just chaos, but beautiful chaos. But it was a lot of information to take in. So I just, I can't help but again go back to trying to put myself in the shoes of weekly readers and thinking of, even as someone who got to read it all the way through, me myself, like it was a lot. Like it was a lot. I mean, they were great. The results, and there were moments and there were highlights in each and every fight, but it was a lot. Like it was a pretty decent chunk of chapters.
Oh yeah, for sure. It was what, 1001 to 43?
Yeah.
And
42, I think.
42, it was just like going, not stopping. I mean, they call us like roof piece, and like in the beginning of the first chapter, we get Kaido say like, how high will your ceiling go? And I was like, he's talking to Luffy or talking to Oda? I don't know who he's talking to.
Or is Oda talking to himself?
Yeah, for real. It was just such a great way to start it off, because we've seen it and we've said it all the time that Luffy is now getting to that level of like a Roger, of like a Whitebeard, of like a now Rocks. And just to see Kaido, think of those people when he's looking at Luffy now is like kind of insane. I mean, we've had people say, oh, you remind me so much of Roger, but not on like a power level, I don't think.
I get what you're saying. Like more in essence, in energy and vibe and
and
spirit.
Kaido's like, oh shit.
But now, for sure, people are starting to recognize his power more than they ever have. We talked about that in previous episodes, too. People taking them for granted, and Katakuri being one of the first people to not, and the Big Mom
not underestimating them.
Being one of the first groups of people that were not going to underestimate them because of everything that they had done. Out of all of these fights, Mehgan, and there's, again, our general thought section is going to be wild, dude, and probably going to be significantly long. But just in terms of all the fights and the ones that I listed, do you have a favorite? Do you have a top three?
It wasn't necessarily like a back and forth type of fight, but I mean, Robin.
Right.
I mean, that was an insane reveal. I have so many questions, and I am just excited because she's always been OP and she's always been so capable. But now, like, she's one of the heavy hitters now with this new, I don't know what it is. Is it hockey? Is it her devil fruit is awakened? I mean, like, there's so many
turning
questions.
Into a literal
demon. I mean, there's so much like symbolism there, and it's so satisfying. And even that moment with her and Sanji is one of my favorites in this part too. But second would probably be, maybe Zoro. Zoro killed it. Zoro, it was awesome to get little breadcrumbs for what's to come because, we saw Sanji's backstory so much later. And I feel like we're going to get that with Zoro soon, which I'm very excited about.
And maybe not to the same extent that we got it with Sanji, but I do feel like we might start to get, because even Zoro himself was starting to piece everything together. And in terms of like my top, I would say 3, I would have to agree 100% that I would even maybe put, for me personally, I would put, I don't know, that Robin moment, dude. Like Mehgan said off mic, dude, she was on her demon time, literally.
Yeah.
But I mean, the Zoro and King, the Robin and Black Maria, and honestly, the Jinbei versus Who's Who fight was so sick as well, dude. Jinbei was throwing around cool ass lines, and we were getting to learn more about the gum fruit and that it was stolen from a ship. We're getting to learn very important information through this fight. But also Jinbei's throwing lines around that just brought a smile to my face because Who's Who was being a little racist, okay, against Fishman, and Jinbei just hits him back with a move and just says to him like, don't you know casual racism's out of fashion these days or out of style these days or something to that effect. And I was like, you fucking tell him, Jinbei.
And I was just like, how can you be racist? Look at you, dude.
All right. How can you be racist against Fishman? Yeah.
Yeah. Have you looked in the mirror?
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
I don't get it. Why are you?
Yeah.
You surround yourself with animal people. I mean, you can't be picking and choosing who you don't like.
Your whole team looks
is diversity.
Crazy, dude.
It's all diverse. I mean, they're not all the same animal. Like.
Yeah, dude, but even I wouldn't even, it's borderline. I mean, I don't even know what to call some of these things, man. Like the way that the smile fruit has combined them with other animals. I don't even know what to call them.
It's torture. It's sad for them.
It's sad.
Their lives are gone. I mean, that's kind of what they signed up for. But damn, unfortunate events for them. But
yeah, the Robin fight was absolutely insane. Highlight moment, especially Sanji calling for her help.
Yeah.
And what a big moment for her as well.
Oh my God.
To feel needed in that way, I feel like was so special to Robin.
No, she totally just turned around and was like, thank you so much. Like, I really appreciated that. Like, he could have called out for Brooke. He could have called out for Frankie. He could have called out for anyone else. But for him to call out to Robin like a woman and see of course she's capable, but he's always been going out of his way to help the women on the ship, 100%, any woman in general. So for him to ask, because he knew that they were kind of baiting him into calling her anyway, but he knew once he called her, shit's gonna go down, they're done.
And you said, for it to come from Sanji, someone who is always trying to protect Robin, protect Nami, for him to call for her in that moment,
to put her in harm's way,
and to acknowledge her capabilities as a fighter, and to know that she's coming for you. You want her? She's coming for you.
Yeah.
And it's not going to be pretty when she gets here.
She arrived.
She arrived. She really did. And then, back to the Zoro fight real quick too, dude. I mean, we haven't really gone super deep into this, and I've been thinking about it, and there's some funny things that I've seen about it, but Zoro coming across the Grim Reaper, facing the actual literal Grim Reaper.
I mean,
not Brooke in a cloak, dude.
Yeah, no, it wasn't Brooke playing dress up with a little scythe action. It wasn't him being like, "Hey Zoro, can I see your panties?" That was not. That was not. So that took me so by surprise. I was like, "What do you mean? There's a Grim Reaper?"
I mean, that's the thing about the absurdity of this beautiful world is that you are so aware constantly that anything and everything is possible, yet still when these things happen, it takes you by surprise. We've seen so many things. We've seen people go to space. We've seen, sea kings and giants and, so many even crazier things. But yet seeing a figure like the Grim Reaper, it was so insane and something that I even never thought in a million years I would see in One Piece.
And again, Oda just does that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just over and over again. Just oh yeah, things that you wouldn't think that would fit the story, just happened to fit it, and it's not really, anything goes. Anything's possible.
Now, in this portion of chapters, this chunk of chapters, we don't know what the result of their meeting is. We don't know what happens between Zoro and the Reaper.
Oh, yeah. It just cuts.
Yeah.
And, the other Straw Hats are kind of like saying, oh, Zoro's probably messed up right now. He was already messed up. Chopper even said it, like, he was already messed up. He's probably taking that damage, like, ×2 now.
Mm-hmm.
I just hope he's okay. And, yeah, we don't know as of right now.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, something feels... What did you say? It's like, it feels cold or like something's not right. And then he looks up and it's the motherfucking Grim Reaper just like...
Yeah,
he's gonna fucking fight the Grim Reaper right now?
Like what? But I feel like a lot of people, Zoro too, getting sort of really piecing things together. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this was the first time we got confirmation that he is using the hockey of the Conqueror's hockey, the hockey of the Supreme King.
Yep. Everyone's getting that shit now. It's a trend. Zoro, Yamato. I mean, that was a crazy reveal too. I mean,
it just feels like so many people are getting upgrades as they should, because like Ray Lee said to Luffy on that island, like, this is how you grow and become stronger, like during these really important battles. And we see it not just from Zoro being able to figure things out. Sanji has a bit of an awakening as well.
Yeah, yeah.
And even Nami gets an upgrade.
Yeah.
Which was, bro, I'm going to be honest with you, Zeus broke my heart. Like, the whole, like, Zeus.
Him fucking dying? Or almost dying?
Well, just him having, bro, say what you will about Zeus, okay? But, he was given life by Big Mom. He hasn't been around for too long, He's still trying to figure himself out and figure out this crazy world that he lives in, But just seeing him be pulled from one side to the other, to then going back, to then having to see his replacement and being told that he's not wanted, and then having to go back to Nami. I felt really bad. I felt really bad for Zeus, for a cloud,
for a little talking cloud. Yeah, it was pretty. Him almost dying. I was like, Jesus. He's like crying for Nami, and like, it was pretty sad. And again, I mean, we've seen it with those Big Mom's pirates. I mean, she just uses them as tools.
Yeah,
she didn't. Maybe she did care for Zeus because, we see that compassion here and there, especially like her interaction, this chunk of chapters with Otama. Like, she has a soft spot.
Goat Tama?
Dude, remember we were saying, like, oh shit, like she better watch out, girl. She's gonna get fucked up in this shit.
Yeah.
And she literally killed it. She got beat up a couple times by someone not to be named, but
someone sitting right across from me, some would say.
No.
Which is kind of fucked up, and I'm gonna talk to you about that off mic. You can't be running around slapping little girls
you
like
right
that.
now.
Go ahead and try and see what happens. Oh, okay. Now you're making weird mouth noises.
I just had my mouth open and it came out. That was my anger.
Your growl.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, dude, Goat Tama, dude, she showed up, and without her, dude, this battle would have been completely different. She really did so much for this raid by turning, and the seeds were planted, of course, and you kind of assumed that that's how she was gonna end up using that ability. But
to see it in action,
and to see it be done successfully, like she did it, and the way she was able to do it, and how she got Horselina, obviously, but then even like Gazelle Man, and they're just kind of running around, and it was so cool to see, man. She really made this victory possible. She played a big part in this victory.
Yeah, and it goes back to her not only just being this like random little kid, like she's not an Otoko, where it's just like Otoko. I mean,
poor.
Oh God, my heart breaks into a million pieces. But she has a clear vision of what her future she wants to be because of Ace. Because of the people that she's met along the way. Like she wants to be a shinobi. Yeah,
Yeah.
shinobi.
Mm-hmm.
She wants to be, what is it? A dashing? What is it?
Bewitching.
Bewitching. So, she wants to help out because she wants that experience, and we love to see it.
Yeah, dude. Some other really quick things I wanted to mention before. First of all, where this arc ends, or chunk, not arc, excuse me, chunk of chapters where we have split it up. Oh my God.
Gunk. I'm gagunked. I'm shootied.
I'm shootied. I'm fuckied.
I'm fucking.
Yeah.
I'm fucking.
Bro,
I'm
I'm in another dimension, dude.
Yeah.
But the return of Zunisha and even Momo being aged up by Shinobu.
Yeah, I forgot to mention that.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure everybody saw Megan's intro.
Yeah.
That
Right when I read it, I was like, "Oh my God, I've seen this before." Tom Hanks, who?
which I understand, right? But the fact that you're so like married to that, like you're like, it is exactly like Big.
Have you seen Big? It's exactly like the plot of Big.
It's like I've seen.
Momo gets an apartment. He fills it with a bunch of arcade machines, big trampoline. He falls in love with a woman that he probably shouldn't be falling in love with.
Who does he fall in love with?
No, it's nothing like it. That's what I was thinking. That was the joke.
Yeah.
Gosh.
But the graphic, the intro to the episode was made by Mehgan, just in case you were wondering, and it's hilarious and it's awesome and I love it.
I wonder. I mean, I'm sure people have made that comparison before because he's just like, I want to be big, and
yeah, it
happened.
So sick though.
Oh
so
yeah,
sick. And I do again love that with these devil fruit abilities, just how they're used. Because Jewelry Bonnie seems to be able to be someone who can maybe just age herself up and down. Maybe she can do that to other people.
I think she can. I think we've seen her do it to some other people she was fighting up against. I'm pretty sure.
Right. I'm pretty sure we said yes.
So she can. I don't know if that's just because, it's awakened, but maybe she just
or maybe that's just her ability. Maybe that's part of whatever devil fruit she has. But Shinobu can just make things older, and I think with Jewelry Bonnie it could just be that it's people. But
I think she can make her. I think she can make herself any age.
Who?
Bonnie.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. She can go back and forth. Yeah, we saw that in Forever.
Yeah, Shinobu can't.
Shinobu can just make things older.
Yeah.
And she can just, and I think maybe Bonnie's affects just people, but Shinobu's affects like things, inanimate objects, nature, and people. But she can only go one way. Damn, there was another comment that I just remembered that I forgot to shout out to, but it was just about like fate and destiny and Kaido taking not Big Mom's, Kaido taking the other old hag, killing her and taking her fruit. And if like he wouldn't have done that, then Bon Clay would have never gotten the fruit and never would have been able to help Luffy and Impel Down the way he did.
Crazy.
Would have never been able to go to Marineford. I mean, it's just like,
again, Bartolomeo too.
Yeah, Bartolomeo. Anyway, forgot to mention that. But we also get to see Yamato's devil fruit too, which was sick.
I am obsessed. I'm obsessed.
Yeah, dude. I mean, these mythical type devil fruits, they're so revealing again about, we've seen at this point, we hear legends of even gods. We're let in on this race of Lunaria that are king's people.
Yeah, which also people have theorized that like Sanji might have a relation to those people because the Lunarians like can just extinguish flame.
Well, they can, exude or
So like Sanji's fucking kicks, he can just like it's not. You know what I mean?
It is super interesting, right? And to say that he maybe has some lineage, or maybe the Vin Smokes like themselves have, or maybe that was a part of Judge was able to maybe extract something from their bloodline elements. Maybe,
I mean, but that would only be like a devil fruit. But anything's possible.
But your bloodline elements, your DNA, right? So, but where would he find these people? King being the only living person, but King and Queen had a connection to to judge. So that's maybe how that could have.
Oh yeah, he
happened.
was. What was he working at? The Wars? What is it called?
Queen has some insecurities, dude. He's trying to outdo Judge, dude. That's he's living his whole life. Yeah, he's obsessed.
Mads.
He's living his whole life just to be better than Judge.
Yeah, I was like, he's a cyborg too? Like,
bro. Yeah, dude.
Frankie should just beat his ass for that.
Frankie should just beat his ass.
What do you mean you're a cyborg? They're gonna be one. Bye.
And I did, by the way, we're saving the anime for when we react, obviously, to a lot of these episodes for the first time. But as like a YouTube short or something, I saw a little bit of the MC scene from Queen, and I'm like, oh yeah, dude, I would 100%. Like even just seeing that short moment versus reading it, I'm like, oh yeah, dude, I get it. This is why people love Queen.
Yeah, what did you say? They weren't going for the raid.
Oh yeah, they weren't going to the raid. They were going to the rave, dude.
Yeah,
they have glow sticks and everything.
They do. Yeah,
they do.
It's lit in there.
Yeah, the Lunarians. Kaido's drunken master. We get the legend of Nika dropped in here, dude. Like that's freaking crazy, dude. Yeah, dude. And I do want to say we get two before I'm saving the best for last, Megan, and I'm saving the best for last because I know you're gonna appreciate it. But in terms of like Zoro too. I don't want to keep going back to Zoro, but Zoro just like kind of stole the show. I mean, he really kind of did in this chunk of chapters, Robin included, but he's also just like on a completely different level. And I love just the parallel between his battle with King. And for me, what I kind of took from it, and I could be wrong or it could be interpreted differently by different people. But it does seem that like there's a lot of similarities between King and Zoro, but the difference is King kind of wants to do everything for Kaido, but Zoro wants to do everything, wants to become the best for himself, for his friend, and for Luffy. But himself is also a big part of that equation. Whereas with King, I think it's like, I want to do whatever for you, Kaido.
And Zoro is so the type, you have like friends, but Zoro's so the type to like say behind your back that you're best friends, but never say it to your face.
Right.
When he said that, like my heart, I was like, oh my God, like my best friend.
Right.
Like how fucking
and I do
cute.
I do think he, considers Luffy a best friend for sure. But I also went back to read it, and it's like he was talking about his childhood friend and Luffy at the same time, and he said my best friend and captain.
Yeah.
But I do think that the way that it's worded like that, purposefully, because I choose to believe that in that moment, Zoro was acknowledging Luffy as his captain and his best friend.
Yeah, double whammy.
Double whammy.
And we get that awesome moment too between, Sanji and Zoro.
Oh,
Sanji was like,
dude.
yeah, take me out. I was like, I mean, I've never once thought that Sanji and Zoro actually hate each other. No.
But it's friendly. It's brotherly squabbles, sibling rivalry.
Squabbles.
Yeah.
Squabbles. Yeah. I thought that was a great moment.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was an awesome moment, dude. And I wanted to say just about Zoro, he was able to deflect or withstand or block an attack from Kaido and Big Mom at the same time.
He's wild.
At the same time, dude.
He's wild.
Like Zoro. This is why I say Zoro stole the show, man. I mean, he really he was fucking holding shit down. He was fucking doing shit. And the last thing before we start going through beat by beat, unless you have anything else that you'd like to point out, because we're going to go through all of these things we just mentioned. We just touched the tip of the iceberg, the tippity tip top of the iceberg. We have so many more things to unpack, but someone else gets a new form. Everybody gets awakened. Dude, Sanji gets awakened, right?
A little bit.
In a sense, right? We're using the word awaken generously, I guess. But, he's, he's some of his Germa attributes kind of
germs.
Right. Start changing his body.
Yeah.
Zoro had that moment. So many people. Robin had that moment. So many people. Nami gets a little baton. Everybody had that moment. But Chopper gets a new little form too, dude. That's all I'm saying. It's the first appearance of old geezer Chopper.
Are you kidding me?
It's like Oda was like, how can I make Chopper smaller and cuter?
Yeah. How is that even possible? Oh, I know. Let's call him an old geezer.
Right. And he starts talking like an old man. He starts calling people whippersnappers and
He's adorable. He's adorable. And again, once again, if you haven't checked out that episode from the Manga Bros podcast,
Mehgan goes off.
We went over Drum Island, and of course, you know, I'm a Chopper head, Chopper stan. I don't stand disrespect on his name because he doesn't deserve it. And again, once again, he has a great moment here where he is showing his abilities and in the nick of time too. And he is just, gosh, what a prodigy, what a masterful young mind, Dr. Tony Chopper MD. Let's go.
Yeah, dude, he really everybody held it down. And that's what's so awesome about this chunk of chapters. I can understand how it might be exhausting for a lot of people, but everybody does get their moment. And every fight and every interaction has something to offer, whether it be really awesome moments, upgrades, new moves, or even information. Everything, I feel like, has something to offer. Every interaction in a fight has something different to offer.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, just seeing more of like, you know, we were told that Yamato's literally been chained since the age of 8.
Oh, yeah.
And to see that kind of flashback a little bit here was just so horrible.
And, yeah, you know, that's another reason I think why people are saying, like, maybe another reason. I think the main reason is the reason we covered in the highlighted comment, which was why Kaido wasn't able to kill Momonosuke. But also because, I mean, he's got a kid, too.
Yeah,
you know,
but he's been, man, you know, if you escape, I'll literally blow you up.
That calls themselves Odin, you know.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's kind of maybe fucking with him. That's fucking with him too.
Good.
Yeah.
Shit. Look at what you did.
I'm about to kill my son's freaking son right now, I guess. But yeah, so amazing, so awesome. I have so many notes. So strap in, buckle up. We're about to go in. So where we pick up and from where we left off, I guess, is Luffy, Kid, Zoro, Killer, and Law versus Kaido and Big Mom. This is where it starts. You'll see we get blue balled, I feel like, a lot. And it does feel like at times, you know, people split up, which is, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just something that happens a lot, right? Throughout One Piece, people always just, the way they get paired up, throughout the arc is just it's just not like no one's in one place for too long. I guess everybody's always moving around.
Yeah.
And being paired off differently.
Falling off roofs, jumping on them, falling through them, breaking them.
Yeah, and sometimes, and again, it's just an observation. It's not a nitpick. It's not a problem, an issue, or anything. But sometimes it does feel like a lot of these things happen, and then people end up, and it's always like a race to get back to like a similar position or a similar situation.
Yeah.
But this is where we pick up, and out of the gate, dude, this is why I'm talking about Zoro stealing the show. Zoro uses a Foxfire move that he stole from Kinemon to slash through Prometheus. I'm going to rattle through some of this stuff because, like we've said in previous episodes, the fights are amazing, and they aren't just fights. There are so many important things throughout each fight, but we're going to give more time to those things because actually talking about the moves and everything, I think is something that we'll be able to react more to when we see it in the anime. So I'm going to rattle just some moves and things that happen, and if you want to interject at any point, Mehgan.
Yeah, I just like the funny bits. I like them playing that game of dodging. Like Law's face.
Oh yeah,
I don't know if you can see this, but Law's face when he's trying to dodge whatever, the fire. And just like the back and forth between Law and Kid. Just like, you know, I was gonna do that anyway. Don't tell me now. It sounds like you're giving me orders.
Yes.
I was gonna do it. Don't say it and then me do it. It's so funny. Yeah,
dude, this was awesome. I love their dynamic, and even when Law like begrudgingly kind of like adds in, you know, or joins in, jumps in, because it's always like, you know, Kid and Luffy are always butting heads. But then Law likes to sometimes, I feel like, pretend like he's too cool for that.
Oh, yeah.
But then he does often succumb to it at the same time.
They're playing games. They're all playing games. He's always like, yeah, I'm more mature than both of you guys. But he's not.
But he was the same one, you know, playing the game, you know.
Yeah.
Even though he's like, I'm not gonna play that stupid fucking game.
Stupid
then,
fucking game, you dodge, and then
Yeah.
he dodges, and his face is so funny. But I mean, yeah, that whole Law Luffy kid up against Kaido, like insane shit.
Yeah.
I will go. I will go straight into your body, deliver a surgical death.
Yeah, dude.
I'll go
I
straight.
coined another one of Law's moves in this chunk of chapters too.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say something else regarding that.
Go ahead.
I'll go straight into your body.
Oh, I did like that. That was a highlight
Deliver a
moment for me.
surgical death. I was like,
I love when
will you, Law?
Law penetrated Big Mom. I did like that a
Oh
lot.
God,
Um,
Jesus.
but in the Viz translation at least, it's called a he calls it a something Willy, right? And so his finishing move is what I've coined as his long Willy move.
Oh.
And because we all know,
we
we all
know.
know Law's got a long Willy. All right, and that's the long Willy move. So you'll see me in the back if you go back and you read in the manga. You'll see me in the background of the panel. Law, give him that long Willy. Give him that long Willy, Law. You'll see me right back there. Oda drew me in right there. I was kind of like, I was kind of transported into the book.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like Panda Man back there.
Oh
Give him that long
yeah. If you look back, at all the panels, Panda Man actually, it's like a scratch and sniff situation. If you
Right.
scratch the page, like Josh will come up.
Right. I'm not Panda Man, but I'm always right kind of behind him.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm always like, you can't. That's why you can never really see me because Panda Man's like always right there.
Like blocking you and stuff. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I was there for the long Willy thing, and
Of course you were.
yeah, I like that, dude. I like that a lot. But yeah, that's when Zoro and Killer they strike Kaido, and the three captains use their ultimate or signature move. Kids Punk Rotten is so sick in this panel too. And I do want to make this I don't know if this matters at all, but fuck it. I did notice that on the front of Kids Punk Rocket,
Mm-hmm.
because he's like accumulating all this scrap metal, that like the almost like emblem or shield is like a skull with a thing across its face and like spiky hair. It looks almost identical to Brooke's design in Film Red. Like almost identical. He's got Brooke has the thing across his eye, and he's got his fro is like spiky. And it doesn't really mean anything.
You're looking into it too much.
No, and I don't think that there's anything that. I mean, maybe unless in Film Red, Brooke's like, he sees that somehow, and he's like, oh, that's a cool look. Let me do that.
I like that.
I like that. I just thought that was, I just wanted to point that out.
Here's your little comparison.
Yeah, just comparing.
Mm-hmm.
Law tries to figure out the anatomy of Kaido's dragon form for his gamma knife, and Killer tries to cut through his scales with his Scyther Sonic.
Woo!
Mom strikes them down, and Zoro and Luffy go to hit Kaido again, but Big Mom strikes with lightning atop her huge black cloud, but it doesn't affect Luffy because he's rubber.
Why? Because I'm rubber.
Luffy he hits Kaido. They both go to the ground, and Luffy runs out of steam, or Luffy goes to the ground and runs out of steam.
Yeah.
There's a lot of moments throughout where they're called natural disasters, and then you also Kaido and Big Mom are called natural disasters just because of how powerful they are and because of some of their abilities.
I mean, there ain't nothing natural about those two.
That's for damn sure. Well,
the disaster part, yes.
Big Mom is all natural.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
But they
100%.
also, call the protectors of Kaido are the calamities too. Drought, plague, wildfire.
Mm-hmm.
So there is a natural disaster theme going on. It's something I don't think we've ever mentioned, but it's been pointed out to us many times in the comments too, is that even all of them seem to have cards, like card games names,
Oh, yeah.
which is something we picked up on the farther in we went, but was pointed out to us a while ago, pretty early on. But yeah, dude, the things that they do, the moves, especially that Big Mom does, dude, I'm a fan, dude. I'm a fan. I would say, and I don't know if this is a controversial opinion or not, but I would say in terms of like don't get me wrong, Kaido's dragon form is super menacing and a very iconic, right? A dragon, it's just it's a statement, right? And it looks sick as fuck.
Yeah.
But I would argue that Big Mom and her movesets and how she combines, Napoleon and Prometheus and Hera, her new cloud. And it makes,
Big Mom might be my favorite villain in One Piece.
I might have to agree. I mean, I understand.
She's just so sick. Everything about her, like, she's just so perfect. And she is so scary. And we do get glimmers of her, being nice, I guess, which is even scarier because she can be if she wants to. And I've just loved her all throughout Wano. The amnesia thing, I get it, but I really liked that just because we get to see a different side of her. I really just like her overall. Whole cake was just awesome with her, and she's probably my favorite.
Yeah, dude, I would have to say Big Mom over Kaido.
Damn.
Even though Kaido is sick, Kaido is super sick, but Big Mom was also the one who first kind of like, I feel like there was that moment when, spoiler alert at the end of this chunk of chapters when she gets defeated, where even Kaido was flashing back. Big Mom was kind of like the one that took him in and was like, come on, dude.
Yeah.
Like, made him, I don't know, maybe feel a little more welcomed or, encouraged him when he joined or even to join the Rocks Pirates in the first place.
I mean, yeah.
And he's like, damn, I've known that old woman for a long ass time.
Yeah. Yeah. They were pretty tight.
Yeah.
They were pretty tight, even if they had their differences.
Yeah. And that's why it would also make sense, too, that Big Mom would be a little stronger because she is older. She's more life experience, But Cypher Pole is there. Playing a game, dude. They're playing games. They're always playing games in those fucking masks. Take those masks off. What are you fucking hiding from? They're comparing the groups of forces on a game board. 27,000 versus 5,000. Odds aren't looking too good. Horsalina's running around giving all the Smile Fruit users dumplings. Gazelle Man, Daifugo are doing that too.
Mm-hmm.
This is we get a little bit of Frankie versus Sasaki. Usopp, Nami, and Otama show up and help Frankie because he's being held down by everybody, and they kind of show up. But they're like, when they show up, they're like, Frankie's like, oh my God, you guys came. And they're like, we're being chased too.
Yeah, we're being chased too. We're going.
Yeah.
Keep it going. Keep it moving.
Frankie gets, does a cool move. His V for victory slash, which reminds me of Victorine from Zatch Bell.
Very melon.
Gash Bell, very melon. Frankie is very melon.
Catch my heart.
Very melon. Super.
Very melon.
They need to do a mashup. They need to do a collab. Victorine and Frankie.
Frankie would love Victorine.
Are you kidding me, dude?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and then Victorine would be like, oh, what's this melon? And it's a devil fruit. And he eats a devil fruit.
Amimoto eats a devil fruit? Now that's a story I'd like to see.
Amimoto eats a devil fruit.
That
sounds like if you give a mouse a cookie.
Yeah, if you give a mouse
give a pig a pancake.
Give a pig a pancake.
You read that one?
No.
You've never seen that book?
No, give a pig a pancake.
Oh, give a pig a pancake.
What kind of bullshit is that?
Give a pig a pancake is an American classic.
Give a mouse a cookie is an American classic.
Give a pig a pancake is arguably better.
I'm gonna give you a pancake right now. I don't even know what that means. Damn.
I imagine it like a slap.
Like a slap, but then you keep your hand there.
Yeah. I'm gonna give you a pancake.
Like a syrupy pancake just hit you in the face.
Oh.
Anyway, Black Maria is telling Sanji to call for Robin.
Call for her.
After Sanji's been tortured a little bit, he does. But he says, underestimate Nico Robin at your own expense.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, dude. And you better be careful if you're asking for Nico Robin. Because she's coming. Robin shows up with a big ass slap. And Brooke helps set Sanji free. And Robin says, when you do horrible things to my friends, my demon starts to emerge.
Bro.
And this is before her actual demon started to emerge, I believe, right?
Yes. And I mean, obviously, her calling herself a demon or like even using that word like is so powerful. I mean, she's literally been running away all of her life because this word has been put on her. So to see her just like own that because, in order to help her friends out and to like own that word that has been just completely shoved down her throat all of these years was so amazing. And for her to actually turn into one, like a poetic justice.
You wanted a demon. Well, here I am. That's the four kids. That's one line that would be sick to hear the four kids dub Robin say. You wanted a demon. Here I am. Maybe not.
No.
Maybe not, actually.
It's okay.
It's okay. I tried it.
Yeah. But
you're absolutely right, dude. That's what makes that so much more powerful.
Yeah, it was so
just
awesome.
Like Chopper owned monster, Robin owns demon.
Yeah.
And Zoro is a king of hell.
That's true. He's the king of hell.
He's the king of hell.
But I have a lot of questions about this. I mean, looking more into it, seeing her literally like grab Black Maria. I mean, she is huge. She is ginormous. Black Maria is huge, and she towers over Black Maria. I mean, so much. And like, we usually see like Robin in this clone. Like she uses clones. Like it's not her. It's clones or like, her arm wings. Like it's smaller versions of her arm.
Legs.
Or big ass legs. Or always smaller versions of, her legs. So like, is that actually her? Is it a clone?
Well,
is it her body?
That's her devil fruit ability, yeah.
Is she inside of if she is inside of the devil? Or the demon? Like she's at the core and then she builds that around her? Or did she turn into that?
That's probably likely, yeah. I mean,
because we don't see it. Because when she poofs away, she, kind of passes out because, I don't know. I mean, like I'm like awakened devil fruits, right? Like they take up a lot of energy.
Right.
So did she awaken her devil fruit?
That's a possibility.
Or has it been?
Has it been? Is also a possibility.
Or is she using hockey? Because is it just shading like, her like arms and stuff? Like they are shaded pretty dark. Usually hockey is like kind of like has like a shine to it
right.
though. But she was training with Sabo and Koala.
That was crazy too. And she used a fishman karate move. I don't know why I got so fucking giddy when I saw that. First of all, that flashback of Sabo and Koala trying to teach her, and Sabo talking about teaching her the dragon claw, fist, the move, and Koala, teaching her the palm or the slap and how that came in handy so many times for her, and her flashing backs to all the moments that she used that. Like, man, when she used a fishman karate move, I was like, and then it was after seeing her and Jinbei walking together too. I was like, Robin's fucking amazing.
Yeah, she really is. And this was such a great moment. I mean, like, seriously? I mean, if this is what she can do now.
Right.
I mean,
it would make sense then if Robin can, she's created those clones and everything, blossomed, her limbs and all these other things. It would make sense then. And we've seen her kind of make things like nets and things. I mean, that makes sense though, because it kind of crisscross or whatever.
Yeah, that's
why.
But
it would make sense that maybe she would be at the core of that, and then they, it would all kind of like wrap around her. I'm so excited to see that in the anime. That's
what I'm saying. I mean, it's just, I was not expecting that. I was not expecting that at all. Like, to have that Robin moment was insane. I thought she was just going to whoop her ass, regular Robin style. Nope. We got a little upgrade. And, I just can't wait to see what this means for her and everyone else. And, like we kind of alluded to, too, like the whole Sanji moment with her was so great. And she really did just, like, so, appreciate it so much. Yeah. And it was just so nice.
It was really nice. It was a really nice moment.
And her and Brooke, like, as a team, like...
That's what I'm saying, dude. Come on now.
She's like, we have so much in common. I'm like, yeah, being freaking... I don't know. Well, Robin usually says some crazy shit about death and...
But, bro, dude. You're tired of people sleeping on Chopper, dude. I'm tired of anybody out there sleeping on Brooke.
I feel like people don't sleep on Brooke.
Not as much as Chopper, maybe.
No.
But I still feel like there's some people who are like, yeah, I just don't get him, dude. But he has the saddest... I think, like... A lot of times the way things are framed in One Piece, they can, because the characters are using them maybe as coping mechanisms, or they're saying them as jokes, or they're, kind of set in the background and they're not really given a lot of emphasis. They're dealing with, and, sometimes we forget, or I think I maybe might forget that they're dealing with like the most traumatic shit, just because it isn't always depicted. And sometimes it is depicted in a crazy way. But sometimes, again, it's in the background, or they're just so goofy themselves sometimes that you forget. But when Brooke said that line about the why the illusion mist didn't work on him, bro, I wrote that shit down, dude.
Bro,
He said, I wrote it down. I can't find it right now, but he said something to the effect of like, yeah, dude, when you spend years on a ship that all your friends died on, you get used to illusions. Like,
no, he was literally like lying to himself and trying to like think of it all as a dream or something. That's what he was saying. He was like, literally like a coping mechanism to what's going on in his life and what has happened.
He's saying you get used to illusions not hurting you. Meaning that, like, because the illusion mist for Robin,
that was crazy.
It showed her mom, it showed Saul, it showed,
And she's smarter than that shit. She was like, yeah, this is fucking fake.
But Brooke, again, like, he just said, like, you get used to illusions not hurting you. Because he was on that ship that his friends died on for so long that he would, like we saw in that episode of the anime a while back when they were playing fucking Bink Sake and he was sad as fuck, like, on the ship. And he would see them from time to time. They would pop up.
Yeah.
And he would interact. He's dealt with that for so long that he's used to seeing things from his past that have hurt him. And he's just like numb to it.
Yeah.
Like, that's like, what? So fucking sad.
Robin's like, we have a lot in common. I'm just like, Jesus. Yeah. Heavy trauma.
Yeah.
I guess they all have that in common though.
Man.
Crazy. Yeah. That was the little
gut
pain,
punch, dude.
Pain in the heart.
Punch. We also find out that now everybody's keeping track of everybody as a surveillance force in the Marys. Momo hides in Yamato's robe, and they escape the storeroom with Shinobu. Paris Sparrow, we cut to Paris Sparrow, and it looks like he has defeated Carrot, but not for long because someone's going to be coming to Carrot's aid here in a little bit. And Paris Sparrow's about to get what's coming to him and his sticky ass.
His sticky ass.
Got that sticky icky Paris Sparrow.
Oh, God.
Chopper's still working on the antidote. And Hyogoro, the flower, has bloomed.
Bro, that was sick.
Yeah, it was sick, dude. It was sick to see him back in fighting form. The plague or whatever was feeding on his body and bringing out like all of his inner strength, reverting him back to his former form.
And that was pretty crazy. I mean, he was like, accepting his death.
Oh, yeah.
He was like, yeah, I did this, did that. This is how it's going to end. Or, kill me before I would turn into an ice Oni.
Yeah.
And, it's all about, it's literally Wano, like in this act is just like sacrifice.
Yeah.
I mean, they are going above and beyond because this is the last chance they have. Like the ultimate last chance. I mean, he's been imprisoned and his wife fucking murdered. I mean, this guy has nothing else to lose. I mean, he is there for the fight and he is there to, to sacrifice everything, put everything on the line so that the people of Wano can be free.
Yeah. Yeah. Hell yeah. And he was, Luffy's master for a short time.
Yeah, I loved that. He really was. He really was. Because you think of like Luffy's master. I mean, it's like Ray Lee, of course. Right. But he's got another little one.
Yeah, he's got another little one. He's got a literal little one.
Yeah.
Until, he got big again. Marco's continuing to hold off King and Queen for right now. Hyoguro is about to be killed before turning, and Queen explains why all the soldiers on their side are expendable. The waiters, the gifters. He's like, look, Doflamingo's operation has been destroyed. So all the people who are waiting, keep waiting because it's never happening.
It's never happening.
And all the pleasures, all you guys, you goofy asses, all you guys do is fucking laugh all the time. I don't give a fuck. You guys are expendable because you guys are never going to get smile fruits. And you goofy asses are never going to fucking stop laughing. So we can always just get more of you guys. We don't give a fuck.
Bye.
Bye.
And this, again, I mean, if Chopper wasn't there to be able to heal them, I mean, they would have never been like, hey, that wasn't very nice, Queen, and we don't want to fight for you.
Yeah, people say, yes, Queen. It's more like, no, Queen.
Yeah, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sue.
Yasu. But that's when Chopper does fire the antidote out of a cannon and says, viruses aren't meant to be weapons. They'll always slip out of your control in the end.
When was this written?
When was this written, dude? I think it was written, this specific chunk of chapters maybe a year ago, maybe? I don't know.
But we got two characters with masks.
You know
Seems
what?
A little,
I did have to think about that.
Seems a little.
because I don't know. I don't know, but it is just something interesting, I guess, to think about because we do get these characters, Ulti, especially with masks. And I did think, what if, like, how cool would it be if Oda did draw these characters with masks because he was like, I want people to still be able to go out and cosplay, and I want to incorporate masks.
I mean, this is the best cosplay for cons and tight spaces.
Yeah.
I mean,
it may or may not be that, but I just think it's kind of cool if it kind of was maybe a thought, But, Chopper's here talking about viruses too, dude. Viruses aren't meant to be weapons, dude. And they're not meant to be fucking politicized either,
Exactly.
Okay? Where's Chopper at in the United States of America right now?
God
Where's Chopper
damn.
at on planet Earth right now?
I mean, he did do a little ad when everything was going down, how to keep clean, It was very cute.
He did do that in
He
Japan.
did do that.
He did do that.
Of course. I mean,
No,
not here. No.
Right.
We should have had him over here.
Yeah.
But again, a great moment. Everyone's like, "Thank you, raccoon dog. You're the best raccoon dog." And I think it's like Tanuki, which are like kind of like literal raccoon dog.
I've seen Tanuki naked before.
Yeah, Tanuki, like with the big balls.
Balls, yeah, big ass balls.
With the big balls, yeah.
Huge.
But Chopper's like, I'm not a raccoon dog.
Right.
Like, I'm a reindeer. And they're like, oh shit. Like, they're all embarrassed.
Yeah.
That was so funny.
All their faces like, yeah, because even the people on his side are like, yikes.
Yikes.
I didn't know we struck a chord.
Yeah, no, it's like, we've been calling you a raccoon dog this whole time. Like, why didn't you correct us?
He's finally fucking had it, dude.
Yeah, why didn't you correct us before? We feel so stupid.
Yeah, he's finally had it.
Yeah.
Cypher Pole, we cut back to them for a little bit. They're talking about the artificial devil fruit and punk hazard being extracted from Kaido's bloodline elements.
Wow.
Which I think we kind of all...
I didn't.
You didn't? Really?
No. I just thought it was like another version of like a dragon type
Well, I mean,
fruit.
where would they get it from,
you never know. Like, is Kaido, is he the only fucking dragon? Like, he could have been, it could have been from other fucking...
Because we're talking about models. If you really want to get, specific about it, it could be like, dragon, like dragon model, whatever, wyvern, which is a dragon, but it's a different from a...
don't get into the wyvern talk.
It's a wyvern is different from a dragon. But a wyvern does look like a dragon.
But they're different.
God
forbid you call a wyvern a dragon.
Don't call a wyvern a dragon. Don't you ever call a wyvern a dragon. So there could be wyvern model. Give me that one. But because Momonosuke looked exactly like the same type of dragon that Kaido did, I think it was safe to say that, and he ate it at Punk Hazard, and we know they were kind of doing that stuff there for Kaido, and, blah, 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 blah. And, Kaido was in the government's possession at a certain time.
Yeah.
It's just confirmed here. I mean, I feel like, for me at least, I feel like I kind of already had assumed that, I guess. Anyway, here's where we get some frustrating stuff, dude. Some frustrating stuff. Fake Odin appears and stabs Ashura, who holds him off to save Momonosuke, and is fucking blown up, dude.
Why did that get me? Like, why did that actually, like, I don't know. Maybe it was just because I had fucking hope in my heart. I don't know.
Got me for about 2 seconds. I was
like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, yeah. I mean, Oda literally was like, do you even remember what I wrote?
Yeah.
He's kind of like, did you read the source material? Like, that was like, oh, shit. Like, sorry. Disrespectful. Like, I forgot. I apologize.
I do like that they kind of clarify that, though, because maybe they say, or they thought, like, oh, it could be possible if they're rationalizing, obviously, but they say it could be possible because Odin, maybe Toki from a point farther back, could have said whatever, but they're kind of going back or telling each other, like, remember what Toki said, though, that you can't go.
Yeah, sure is the first one.
Back, you got to go forward or whatever.
He was
things
like,
have to happen.
That ain't my man.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, what do you mean? He's like, Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Kanjuro, and there was a lot of too. Just to clarify and just to shout out some other comments too. Like, a lot of people were telling us that if you look back, that all the seeds for Kanjuro were there. Him using his not dominant hand the entire time, him using his left hand the entire time, just him. If you go back, there's so many things that are played off as goofs and gags, but are clearly him sabotaging everything.
I mean, it was just like, damn. I mean, I didn't really have a time to even process it all when it was happening, because so much has happened and so much was happening in that moment. And, just thinking about all these like cute little characters that we were introduced to, like the Straw Hats, like literally shed tears. Like, Robin was emotional over that little pink dragon.
Yeah.
And I really loved them, and to find out everything was a sham was frustrating. And it's funny how they say he was using his left hand and not his right hand. And I just wanted to point out you're also left-handed as well. So is there anything you want to get off your chest, or
No.
is there anything you want to say?
No.
Admit to? Reveal?
Left-handed people are superior to right-handed people. That's what I wanted to say. Thank you for reminding me to say that. Thank you. Oh, that's what I wanted. That's what I wanted to say.
Such a crazy stance.
I mean, dude, we're left-handers. We're oppressed. We live in a right-handed right-handed man's world where everything is fucking made for the right-handed person. Like, damn, dude. In some countries, they fucking make left-handed people. They force them to write with their right hand. Okay, they change people at their core for who they are. We are the will of the D, dude. We are the few. We are the strong. We are the bold. We are the brave. We are the different. We are the creative. We do have shorter lifespans though, but that's because the world can't take us. The world can't handle us.
Why?
Apparently, I don't know.
Wow.
Apparently, left-handed people have really short lifespans compared to right-handed people.
Shut up. Are you serious?
I mean, I don't know how valid or whatever that is, but that's what they say.
Jesus.
It's because the world can't fucking take us. Left-handers, rise up. Rise up with your left hand. Put your left hand up in the air right now. Put it up high and say, I am proud and I won't use fucking right-handed scissors, dude.
You do, though.
I do because I fucking have to.
You don't have to. You can order stuff specifically for your needs. I have been
trained, dude. I have been trained.
Trained?
Because it's systematic, dude. It's systematic.
Okay, then pull a Luffy and change it.
I'm trying to right now if I wasn't being interrupted.
Okay, bitch.
By a right-hander.
I'm left-handed, too.
Psych? You freaking wish, dude. You freaking wish.
Actually, I don't because I love living in a right-handed world. Right-handers, rise up.
Rise up, yeah.
See, you can do it and I can't.
I didn't say anything.
You can fucking do it and I can't.
I didn't say anything, dude. I'm just saying the world was made for you. The world was made for you. Everything is made for you, dude. Everything. And we are out here struggling, okay?
Sorry. It's not, you don't fit in the, it's a bad bitch genre. Sorry, you don't fit in the bad bitch genre.
It's not a bad bitch genre, dude.
Sorry, you don't fit in a bad bitch genre.
Is that what you call people who are oppressed?
No.
Because I do this right now, right here, to all my left-handed brethren. This is our sign. This is our sign, the sideways palm. Because even when we write, dude, even writing, and ink and lead, we drag our hands across papers when we write, and so we get fucking dirt and grime all over the side of our hands because the English language is, even the language is meant to be written this fucking way, dude. Why can't it be written this way? Because we live in a right-handed man's fucking world, dude. Rise up. The side of, show us the side of your dirty fist. I'm passionate, dude. Sorry.
Yeah, you were waiting I don't think that's ever been brought up on the podcast ever. I thought that was history. A lot of history being made today.
A lot of history being made today.
A lot of history.
I'm just tired of it, dude.
You're tired. Yeah, you're tired. I would be too, but, I don't live in your world, so wouldn't know.
Yeah, you wouldn't. Anyway, off track. Where did we leave off? But yeah, dude, I kind of fell for it a little bit too. Fuck Kanjuro.
Fuck that bitch. Like, it's not only one time they tries to pull that fucking shit.
No, he tries it twice.
It's insane. Like, and it's also sad. Like, you're desperate as fuck. Like, people knew. Like,
Kurozumi, bitch.
Kurozumi, I'm sorry.
Kurozumi, bitch. Oh shit. I'm burping in my mask, dude. I'm inhaling my own burps right now, dude. I'm fucking high.
That's disgusting.
Anyway. And you know who else is alive? Orochi. Orochi's alive.
Oh my god, I can't. Orochi, more like a roach.
A roach. Yeah. A roach.
Ew.
Yeah.
Ew.
A roach.
Yeah, what a bitch.
Fucking bitch, dude. And there was another comment too. Again, I really do enjoy reading everybody's comments. I know some people might say, don't read every comment, and, don't get too caught up in, all this and all that. But I really do appreciate a lot of people's comments. There was another comment saying that, like, I think Kurozumi, because, and to be fair, this is the danger, I guess, of reading, to where we read to, to catching up and then having to go back and do this, because I'm not sure if this happens to this chunk or the next chunk.
Hmm.
Yeah, just the name, even the name, like we were talking about the name Odin and Odin being that dish, blah, 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 blah. But even Kurozumi, because we do see that Hiyori at a certain point, the Commodore Saki, right? I think I said that right.
Yeah, I think so.
Comes across Odin in this chunk, Orochi in this chunk of chapters, and even his name is like, if Odin is like born to boil, Orochi is like born to burn, because like Kurozumi I think means like blackened coal or something like that, you know, whatever. But someone was saying that people were upset because it felt like that they felt like Hiyori, the character Hiyori, was telling Orochi that like all his whole, like all his people were meant to burn. And it's just more so like it's not that. It's just more so like the meaning of his name. I could be butchering that too. You guys know me. I don't always get things right, so I take notes down. But
yeah, I was really I was kind of waiting for Hiyori to really do something more, and I think that's in these chunk of chapters, right? Or is that the next part?
I think it's the next part when we see like the resolution,
the payoff,
the payoff to all of it. But in this chunk of chapters, we don't really get to see that.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's alive. Orochi's alive. And
damn it!
Momonosuke can hear Luffy's voice, and Kid Law, everybody up there is looking at Kaido, and Big Mom is saying like, "Man, dude, it looks like we're in hell." And Luffy again with the badass lines. Dude.
Oh yeah,
he's like, "That's fine with me, dude. I've been to hell and back a few times
with
already."
a smile on his face. This motherfucker's having fun.
And his best friend is a king of hell.
It's true.
It's true.
Now they got hell rights.
Hell rights.
Hell rights. Sure. Advantage.
Okay. Home turf advantage. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I see what you're going for. The samurai slice through Orochi, and Raizo faces off Fukurokuju. Zoro blocks a hit from Big Mom and Kaido combined. The Conquest of the Sea move. Talked about that in the beginning already. Shit was crazy. Zoro holding it down, holding off both. Two. Count them, two.
Slay.
Half. Holding back half. This man's holding back half.
Slay.
Half the Emperor. Half of them.
Half.
Slay. Kid seals Zeus in this like box, and Law teleports him away. Killer goes after Napoleon, and Zoro slices through Prometheus again. Kid and Law push Big Mom off the edge of the island. They're trying to take away all of her weapons and all of her things from her. Yeah,
so she can't float away or use them, because she's powerful on her own, but those definitely help her out a lot.
Prometheus, meanwhile, goes down to get her, throws some shade at Zeus, and asks Mom for something. Zoro slices Kaido again. That's when he's confirmed to use the color of the Supreme King that conquers Haki. And Kaido has a crazy line, too, where he says, this wound will remain with me. Kind of just like acknowledging Zoro as an adversary.
Skilled,
as a very formidable foe. Luffy figures out how to infuse. He kind of is learning what Kaido's doing by infusing things with the Supreme King Haki. And he figures out how to do that himself and starts putting a beating on Kaido. Kid and Killer get knocked back inside by Big Mom and face Hawkins, which we're going to get deeper into that. And that fight was actually awesome too. Big Mom comes inside. She sees Otama.
I love this.
Mad. She mad.
I love this.
And she knocks Page One out. I kind of liked it too. I understand. I do imagine and can't understand why there might be people out there who don't like it. But
I mean, her just even saying,
I don't mind it at all.
Like, what did she say? Code of honor.
Right.
I was like, girl, what you know about a code of honor?
Right.
What do you know about a code of honor? But I do like that. She has a soft spot for small children. Her, seeing Otama and her, being mad, seeing like, you guys burn down this place that I love.
Because she is a kid at heart, dude.
Yes.
And so she has a soft spot for the small kids.
But when they grow up, she treats them like shit.
She treats them like shit, for sure. But yeah, I thought this was funny. Cat Viper is told that Pedro's killer is on the island, and Cat Viper smiles, dude. Sanji's carrying around a bandaged Zoro. This was
So
pretty funny
funny.
too. I just thought this was hilarious. It's so funny.
He
how,
looks like a little figurine,
Yeah.
like a stuffed animal or
like he's
something.
about to get shipped,
Yeah.
via the USPS mail services.
Yeah.
Um,
USPS.
USPS, the United States Postal Service.
If you didn't know.
If you didn't know, you know. Ulti goes after Big Mom, and Nami tries. Dude, this is so funny. Nami tries to stir the pot on both sides.
I love it.
She goes to Big Mom. She's like, Big Mom.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, Big Mom. That's the one who did it right there. That's the one who burned down the
That's
village.
the one.
That's
Get
the
her.
one.
Get her.
And Big Mom's like,
I'm gonna
I'm
come to
gonna
you.
get you next. Like, you're next on the list. As soon as I'm done knocking her out, I'm coming after you. And then she's like, bet. And she turns to Ulti. She's like, go off, queen.
Get it, girl.
Get it, girl.
Fuck it up, bitch.
Fuck it up,
Fuck it up. Fuck it up.
Ulti's like, I'm gonna fuck you up too.
We're both gonna fuck you up after this. So
Yeah.
pick and choose who you want.
And Otama gets hit by Ulti, and Nami steps
Ooh.
the fuck up. We talked about her, Frankie having to fucking put her in her place in the last episode.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Nami stepped the fuck up and hits Ulti back. She kind of rocks Ulti for
She
hitting
does.
Otama.
She
And then
does.
says like, nah, Usopp's like, we gotta go. And she's like, nah, I'm gonna stay here and crush her.
Yeah, she hit a kid.
Yeah,
Not on my watch. Nami the kid protector. Let's go.
Yup.
Yep.
Just like in Punk Hazard, dude.
Yep.
She had a soft spot for them kids.
Yeah.
Protecting them kids.
Mm-hmm.
Protect the kids.
Mm-hmm.
This is when we see Mom do this, one of the coolest things she does, combining Prometheus, Napoleon, Hera, her new cloud, striking Ulti. Zeus sees everyone being all chummy with Hera, and Mom tells Zeus that she doesn't need him anymore.
Bye.
Bye, sad as fuck. Bye, sad as fuck. Zeus pleads for forgiveness from Nami and performs one final act of rebellion against Big Mom. But we commend you, Zeus, for your effort, but Big Mom takes his soul and feeds him to Hera. Nami, though, tries to feed him some black balls right before that, but Hera bites down on the climate baton, and it looks like it's lights out. It
looks like it's over.
It's R.I.P. for Zeusy boy.
Yeah. I was like, damn.
Yeah.
Poor Zeus.
Oh, well.
R.I.P.
He went out, he gave a last hurrah.
Yeah. Yeah. Good
and
for
I love his
him.
speech, too. He's like, I'm going to die at least, trying to gain back or trying to earn someone's forgiveness.
Yeah. Yeah, he was just put in a bad situation.
Bro, I kind of love Zeus. I kind of I'm obsessed with Zeus.
You're obsessed.
And I just want Nami to have Zeus. I mean, and she kind of does. We'll find out. We already talked about it in the beginning, but in this moment,
Yeah.
I was like, fuck, dude. Like,
He's
Nami, I felt like Nami
dead.
didn't have Zeus for that long.
I know.
Luffy gets knocked out and knocked off of Onigashima, and Kaido looks at him falling and says, you couldn't be Joy Boy either, it seems. Reading Odin's journal, Momonosuke learns why he truly must not die.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't really share that yet at this point.
No.
But he finds out why. Chopper's rumble balls have been upgraded by Caesar. That was pretty cool.
I loved that.
As well. He could go Monster Point or Berserker mode for like 30 minutes now.
Yeah. I
Which
mean,
is a long-ass time.
Caesar's like obviously a bitch, but
Caesar's a bitch, but in the best way, dude. He ain't no
for
Caribou
helping-
bitch. He's a Caesar bitch.
yeah, for helping Chopper,
He's like 3 minutes.
that's nothing.
Yeah. Let me get it up to 30.
Yeah, at least.
At least. And we have Caesar to thank for old geezer Chopper too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So the Marys are running around there reporting that Luffy has lost. Fake Odin, Kanjiro, aka, shows up
my
again.
God.
This time stabbing Okiku, and Kinemon steps up, slices him, but is knocked out by Kaido. The samurai in the previous chunk of chapters that we read, the Akazaya 9, they shined in the last chunk of chapters. That was about them. They're struggling now. They're struggling
it's
now.
sad to see.
Yeah.
I mean, they've been working so hard.
Yeah.
Like, it's insane.
They've been working so fucking hard.
I know.
But Sanji helps Chopper with Queen, and tells him not to cry. Luffy is going to pull through. How many times, how many miracles have you seen? This was a great line from Sanji, a great line from Sanji. Kaido then stabs Kinemon one final time. It looks like it might be lights out for Kinemon. I didn't think so because, you can't
Replace a goat.
Yeah, you can't kill Kinemon, dude. I can't take it. I can't take it.
And we also wanted to, the fire festival is going on, so poor little Otama, not Otama,
Toko,
yeah, is just hanging out and being like, I wonder if my daddy is seeing this right now, and I'm like, I literally want to bawl my eyes
sad
out.
as fuck.
Like, stop, just stop.
Oda, stop.
Oda, chill.
Momonosuke passes on Luffy's words. He can hear Luffy's voice.
Yeah.
And as Luffy's sinking to the bottom of the sea, he is alive and he will return to battle. Shinobu ripes the edge of the cliff and they fall. Luffy's picked up by Law's submarine. And Zeus is now in Nami's baton.
Woo! She's like, I don't want this nasty little baton. But it was just a cute moment. I mean, she's like, I don't want a friend.
No. She's like, can I be your slave again?
Oh yeah, slave. And she's like, I don't want a slave.
No, hell no. She's like, how about partner?
How about sidekick?
Yeah.
And I was like, that's cute. Her little bandaged forehead looking back. I was like, aw.
Because it was funny the first time she saw him too, dude. It was so funny when she was running and he was around the corner when he was hearing everybody talk shit about him when he made that kind of act of rebellion. He looked at Nami after he heard everybody talking shit. He looked at Nami like, Nami, and she's like. She turned away from him. I was like, damn, Nami's cold as ice queen. Dude, Brooke better watch out, dude.
That's what happens when people double cross.
Yeah, Nami doesn't play. Dude.
Nami does not play with that shit. Once you're out, you're out. Bye, moving on with my fucking life.
Yeah, for real.
Sorry.
But I love that he's in the baton now, and there's an even funnier gag where he says technically I'm not Zeus anymore. I have a I'm a new kind of thing now. So you can call me whatever you want. And she calls him Fluff at first, but then either he or she calls him Zeus after that, and she's like, all right, whatever, Zeus then. It's just...
Usopp's like, wow, I made a talking baton? I'm way more powerful than I thought.
Yeah.
I wanted more Usopp moments too.
Usopp is handling shit throughout. He really, really is handling shit. He's helping all throughout. But in terms of major upgrades or really standout moments, where the focus was really on him,
no.
It didn't feel like it was in this chunk of chapters. But he is handling.
Yeah.
The whole time. Kid tells mom that the longer you work with Luffy, the more you get this funny feeling that he'll find a way out of things in the end. Cypher Pulse still counting away. 20,000 versus 7,000 now. Odds are still not looking too good. And Yamato, while everybody else has fallen off, Luffy has fallen off, Momonosuke, Shinobu have fallen off. Yamato is going to stay up and hold off Kaido. That was when the Usopp, Nami, and Fluff/Zeus moment happens, where they take out Ulti for what seems to be one last time. And Otama gives the order to change sides and fight for Luffy and Momonosuke.
Yep. Let's go!
Yes.
They try to stop her. She cannot be stopped.
I love Otama, dude. And
She's
again,
so
she plays such a significant role in this raid. Baby Geezer Chopper and the mink doctors treat Zoro. They give him this little medicine.
Yeah.
But he's going to be able to fight. He's going to be back to pretty much 100%. But when it wears off, he's going to feel double the consequences.
Which is a crazy...
But Zoro's going to take that bet.
That's what I'm saying. That's such a crazy thing. They know Zoro's going to be like, yeah, I should probably take it easy. It's like, no, he's going to go full in.
Hell no. They could have told him that medicine would have healed him, and then after he would have fucking died, and he would have been like, okay.
Okay, cool. Thank you for letting me know.
Sick. Give me 3 of them.
Can I pre-order?
Yeah. Where can I get a box?
Yeah, can I get a box for next time? They're like, you're gonna die. That's
He's
the
like,
end.
Yeah.
But I just want to make sure that I can use this for next time. There will be no next time, Zoro. Yeah, but I just want to make sure when I run out, I have my extra backup.
Yeah.
Classic Zoro. Yeah.
Classic Zoro. Yeah. Jinbei versus Who's Who was a CP9 agent. They're talking about a CP9 agent that escaped from jail. Jinbei notes that it was curious for him to be in jail in the first place, and he says he was in jail because of a single mistake he made 12 years ago. He had the potential, even at the time, of the genius Pastor Rob Lucci.
Woo! Lucci.
Yeah, dude. Lucci, you really start to get a sense for
Lucci.
how powerful Lucci is.
Oh, yeah.
Because again, when characters are introduced, it kind of happened with me and Croc when Croc was introduced so early on. At first, it made me kind of take for granted how powerful he was. And same with Lucci. You know, it's way later into the story that we meet Lucci, but because there's so many bigger, stronger adversaries ahead of Luffy, it kind of makes Lucci seem not as strong. But here, we're being told again, like, nah, dude, he's a genius. Like, he's still way up. Like, he's still, and now, after we see in the white, now that they're all in the white, and he's talking to, the way he's talking to the Cypher Pole agents that are there, it's like, this man might as well be in fucking charge now.
I know, pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
He's a pastor.
He's the pastor.
He's leading the flock.
Looking more pastorly in that white.
Bro.
Too. Yup.
Totally. Easter service outfit. Let's go. He is risen.
He is risen. Amen.
No, you have to say it.
Lucci has risen.
No. You have to say you have to say the back and forth.
Let's say what back and forth?
He is risen.
I'm not doing all that. You trying to take me? I only go to the church of Pastor Lucci. I only go to the church of Lucci. Okay?
It was a bit.
And I honestly don't even know what you're saying.
Oh.
Yeah,
you're not a real Christian.
Okay. Sick. Sick. You can have that one.
Like me with my devil horns on.
Right. I only worship at the Church of Lucci. Okay, where our Bible is a one-piece omnibus with every chapter. Omnibus with every chapter already written inside of it. We already got at the Church of Lucci, we already got the end, the final saga in it too. Because at the Church of Pastor Lucci knows all things.
You show up and you have like a little, like, you have the omnibus and you have it all bookmarked and stuff.
Yeah.
With like turn to chapter
275, panel 3.
What Luffy says.
Page 3, panel 3. Luffy says, I have been to hell and back a few times before. Can I get an amen? Amen. You bring out the demon within me. Can I get an amen? When you mess with my friends.
Yeah. You didn't say the full verse, so I was confused.
Right. That's how knowledgeable I am about the Bible of the Church of Pastor Lucci.
God, the tears are forming in my eyes.
You're gonna mess up that makeup.
I'm gonna mess up that makeup, mess up that mask. It's soaked.
It's soaked. Drenched.
Drenched.
But we learned that 12 years ago, a devil fruit was stolen from a government ship, and that devil fruit was the Gomu Gomu no Mi fruit.
Fuck me.
Fuck me. Fuck me. The way you enunciated it is so funny. Bro, this is huge.
Bro.
This already is planting the seeds for things that I never saw coming. And I'm so glad weren't spoiled for me. And I think that right here in this moment, my mind was racing, dude.
It was wrecked.
My heart and mind was, I couldn't keep up with my own thoughts, dude. What does this mean? Yeah, why was it on a government ship?
Yeah.
And then the more we hear the elders talk about it later, are they talking about the gum fruit, the gomu no mi fruit? And what does this fucking mean? Because this could potentially, in that moment, change everything.
Yep.
Everything. Cypher Pole still keeping count. 16,000 versus 9,000. Odds are still not looking good, but the scales are starting to balance.
Especially with the little Otama stunt, you know?
Right.
And Chopper doing the healing. Yeah.
Right. And they say that there's one more death they need to confirm before this is over, and they're talking about who's who.
Yes.
That's when Jinbei throws out that beautiful line, casual racism is out of style these days. And who's who, because Jinbei is of the Sun Pirates, and the Fish Men, unfortunately, have had a history of being slaves.
Yes.
He asks them and tells them a story about when he was in jail. He says, a guard told me a story and to pray to this figure the slaves would pray to in the long distant past. A legendary warrior they believed would one day free them. The sun god, Nika. They thought he would bring smiles to their faces and deliver them from suffering. What? Yeah.
I mean,
And the image in the panel that we see.
mean,
And it's so crazy. And we'll get more into all this stuff later. But there are just things that are like even crazier about it. Obviously later on. But even in this moment, because again, you can't, I really didn't get a lot of major things spoiled for me. And I really didn't get a lot of this. I had no idea. I knew nothing of the god Nika, the sun god.
Yeah, same.
Knew nothing. All I had seen were images with zero context, zero, just pictures. That would just either pop up on Twitter or while I'm looking for things to put in a thumbnail or something that would just pop up. But even the titles of those images, nothing. I had no idea how, what, huh? But that pose, right?
Yeah.
I started piecing things together here in this moment, and I was shooked.
You're piecing things together.
I was like,
one
Zoro,
piece at a time.
One piece at a time. Dude. I was like Zoro versus King. I was like, let me figure this shit out real quick.
Just give me one moment.
Just give me 1 segundo.
And you were fighting death.
I was fighting back death, dude, because I was about to pass out.
Yeah, you're about to pass out and die.
You really are hung up on the death thing. Like, you really, like, I could have just passed out, but you're like, no, and die.
Well, because we're talking about death here.
Well, I'm just saying, I was shook.
You can't cheat death.
I'm not trying to cheat death. I'm just trying to tell it to chill out for a little while. You know what I'm saying? Hang back.
Give me a moment.
Just give me some time. I'll be over here and you be over there, and that's all I'm trying to say. But yeah, dude, I started piecing stuff together, and my mind starts racing, especially talking about the fruit and the things we learned from the elders later is absolutely fucking incredible and insane.
Yeah.
And what a wild direction for this story to start. And like, it's been going down this path since the very beginning as someone, me and Mehgan, who have been fortunate enough to binge and read through all of this at once, the seeds have been planted, the things, the groundwork has been laid, and to see it finally sort of start to take that turn to really go there is
immaculate.
It's immaculate. Chef's kiss. And the person who told him that story disappeared. Curiouser and curiouser. If it was Impel Down, maybe they went to New Kama Land. Who knows?
Maybe.
If you're going to run your mouth about history, be ready for what you're stepping into first. Because Jinbei says, I ain't answering shit. Dude, I don't got to talk to you. I don't got to talk to no government narc.
It's true.
Yeah. And also just the sun god Nika, and then them calling themselves the sun pirates, all this sun stuff, the sun shirt and dress, Roast of the Sun, Luffy's scar looking like a son of sun, one of my favorite bits throughout this entire chunk of chapters is that how dinosaurs work? Is that how dinosaurs work?
That was insane. That was absolutely insane.
That
I'm like,
was
is
wild
a snake?
for One Piece.
I know.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, what?
Yeah.
And I just want to say, it's so disrespectful to make a pug smile fruit user that ugly.
Whoa, dude, I was going to talk about that. Go off.
It was just ugly as fuck.
Because I saw in a word bubble, the pug smile fruit user. And I thought, oh, shooty, Chopper's replacement has arrived.
No way.
But, turns out I was way off because that thing, I don't even know, you can't even call that thing a pug.
No.
That was a
It was disrespectful.
That was an ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just it was disrespectful. It was completely disrespectful.
At least you still got the Croc Pug cover page.
Yeah, at least I have that.
Yeah.
At least I have that. Thank you for reminding me.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And now you're in a better mood.
Thank you.
But yeah, the how dinosaurs work thing that we see with King, with Queen, it's so funny. And even Sasaki right here with the Hella Ceratops. And then we get more Frankie versus Sasaki. We get General Suplex, a General Cannon, a Radical Beam, the classics. Yamato's Devil Fruit. We come back to Yamato and Kaido talking about Yamato's Devil Fruit, and that Kaido never intended to give him that fruit, but it is the dog fruit mythical type model. Okuchi no Makami. Akuchi no Makami.
Makami,
Yeah.
a rare mythical wolf.
The guardian spirit of Wano.
Sick.
Poetic.
Amazing.
Very poetic.
Amazing.
That's when Robin, we already kind of talked about this. Robin sees Professor Clover, Saul. We already talked about the illusions. And Brooke says one does get used to being hurt by illusions. That's exactly what he said.
Jesus. And I also wanted a little, cover page, a little SBS, not SBS, but just like cover page. Freaking Senor Pink and Frankie finally having that drink.
Oh, let's go.
So cute. I was like, this is nice. This is cute.
Good for them.
I would love to see more of this.
I want to see a whole episode. They're going to get their own spinoff. Dude.
That'd be so cute.
Yeah. General Frankie and Senor Pink.
So just their names. Can't think of anything else.
Well, we could call it like General Pink. Or we could call it like Senor, but you can't say Senor Frankie. You could call it like, we'll
work on it. Yeah, we'll work on it.
Like Super Pink or like a Super Senor.
Super Senor is not bad.
Super Senor, yeah.
Super Senor is not bad.
Another episode of Super Senor.
Yeah.
Senor Super.
Super Senor is better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll keep working on it. That's when also Brooke freezes the soul of the pug smile user and handles the ghoulies. Robin says that Sanji, this is a cool line, man, a really cool fucking line. Sanji is truly worthy of being the wings of the Pirate King.
Damn.
So powerful when they say things like this.
Damn.
And even when she tells Black Maria, like, you don't got to know what that means to me. Like,
yep.
That gave me like chills. She's like, I don't have to explain it and you don't have to know.
Yeah, because I'm like, you're done.
Yeah.
You're done.
Talking about people that we're just kind of still on the fence about and that, I just don't know how to feel about them. And every time they pop up, I'm like, damn, dude, why are you here? Caribou.
What are you talking about? Oh.
Caribou.
What do you mean? How you feel? You feel...
I mean, I don't like him, but I don't like him. I hate him, but he seems like he's pretty fucking important. He's just always at the most important. And that's what I'm saying. Caribou and Blackbeard might have some connection to
Well, that's who he's probably
reporting back
to, for sure. 100%.
Do we know what happened to him? I don't know. Maybe he's an Impel Down, and maybe he got free. Who knows?
We got free.
But he overhears Luffy and Momo talking. Bro, this guy's big ears, dude. Big ears. They call him wet hair, big ears, chismoso caribou, dude. Can't help himself eavesdropping. And Black Maria, then we cut back, tries to mess with Robin's emotions. She's trying to be like, people, nobody wants you for you. They want you for your knowledge and yada, yada, yada.
Okay.
Shit don't work.
Bye.
Shit don't work, dude. That's when Robin has that flashback of Saba Koala teaching her the moves. We already kind of talked about that. Mill Floor, Fishman Karate, sick as fuck. And the Demon Floor or Demonio Floor.
Yeah.
I can be a demon if I have to.
Woo!
And she cracks the fuck out of Black Maria's back, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Takes her over her knee.
That was crazy. And just to put into perspective how much bigger she is, it was insane.
And let's not forget Brooks' finishing orchestra move, too. I don't want to.
Yeah, that was great.
But that's the demon shit. We talked a lot about that, right?
Yeah.
Still, holy fuck. Amazing. Caribou feeds Luffy and Momo, and that's when Momo asks to be turned into an adult. That's when he asked to...
Make me big.
He asked Shinobu, and this is for you, Megan.
Oh.
He asked Shinobu, he said, have you ever seen the movie Big, starring Tom Hanks?
Yeah.
And Shinobu says, I don't recall. I don't think I've seen that film.
I have seen that because it's a classic film. It's a great movie.
She's like, I don't recall seeing that because, ever since it was revealed that Tom Hanks' name was on the flight logs to another island, to a different island, to a different island. JK, not gonna even go there. She's like, I vowed to never watch another one of his films.
Well, it's interesting because Tom Hanks
Mm-hmm.
is also
Uh-huh.
in your favorite movie franchise as well.
Okay, yeah, dude, but...
but what?
But I already watched those movies when I was a kid.
Exactly. I watched Big when I was a kid.
But I'm just I'm saying this is what Shinobu said. This is not,
Okay.
and I'm just saying we're not going to even go there, really.
We're not going to go there.
Because that's just allegedly, I don't know. I don't have the flight logs. I don't know.
I just want to say that I'm not Tom Hanks' number one fucking biggest fan.
I'm just saying the jury's still out on the man. That's all I'm saying.
All I know is that when
He's
I see
always-
him in anything now, I'm like,
He's always been a little too good to be true.
a little sus.
Yeah. He's always been a little too good to be true. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, but yeah, so then he turns it
I was
big.
just taking the joke. I was just trying to take the bit in like a funnier direction.
It was funny, yeah.
I didn't mean to go down that.
It's
that route.
okay. It's okay. We all make mistakes.
Okay, it's a mistake. Okay. But yes, if he can get bigified, if he can get turned into an adult.
Bigified.
This is when Marco's talking about tales from long ago
Yup.
about the race of people atop the red wall who could burst into flames.
Lunarians.
Lunarians and Merjois, and how this is atop the red line where the celestial dragons live. There was an entire race of people considered to be gods.
Yep.
Sun, maybe fire, like, I don't know. Like, what Lunarians, just because we've met King doesn't mean they were all like him.
Yeah.
And he seems to be a pretty loyal guy, too. He just, he tied his horse to the wrong dragon, I guess.
Exactly. That's what they say. That's
That
the
is
saying.
what they say.
Yeah.
And
You can't lead a dragon to water.
Right,
know?
exactly. Don't put the dragon before the cart before the dragon.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't dragging around.
Yeah, stop dragging your feet. What?
Nothing. We're just doing like a horse, replacing like words that have horses.
But then you did the dragon pun first. You did the dragon dragging pun first. You did it first. Guys, it's on fucking tape right now, filming it.
What did I say?
You said something about dragging, like, stop dragging, like stop dragging along or something.
Stop dragging, like horsing around. I said, stop dragging around. I was replacing the horse.
We might have to run that back. That's neither here nor there, Mehgan.
Okay, shit. Oh my
It's neither here nor there.
God.
I feel like I could yell louder because it muffles.
It was still very loud.
It was loud?
Yes.
Really? I'm sorry. But what I wanted to say is Marco, shout out Marco, dude, wholesome daddy, maybe over some, I don't know, wholesome daddy.
No way.
He says it's a crazy line. He looks like almost directly to camera too. He looks directly to camera and says, "It's time for the stars to take the stage."
Directly to camera.
He does.
He breaks the fourth wall.
He does.
And he breaks the fifth wall because he's, flying around.
Yeah.
Yeah, huh?
Fuck yeah, dude. Sick. Sanji and Zoro, this was you were talking about too, that cool moment where they blast
Woo!
King and Queen.
Woo!
Marco has that flashback talking to Whitebeard. What do you mean atop the red line is Merjois? And he said, I'm talking about way long before that. From what I hear, there used to be a land of gods up there. I'm writing all these things down because I think even in the wording we got to pay attention to every fucking word.
Of course, it's important as fuck.
Mm-hmm. That's when we learn about the calamities, that they're named after the calamities that protect Kaido: drought, plague, wildfire. Never put all that together. So that was cool to be told. Hyogoro comments that Zoro is the spitting image of Shimotsuki
Okay,
Ushimaru.
so this,
Daimyo of Ringo,
I believe, was confirmed by Oda.
who was a descendant of Ryuma.
I believe it was confirmed by Oda that, that's not his dad.
Oh, Ringo?
Yeah. Ringo, yeah. I'm pretty sure he said, like...
Not Ringo, but the Daimyo of Ringo.
Yeah, the Daimyo. Yeah, he said that's not his dad. But, I mean, it could not be his dad, but there's some sort of relation, maybe. Or it is just, like, a fate thing. Roger looks a lot like fucking Luffy.
Yep.
Like the spitting image of fucking Luffy. And other people say it, too. Fucking Rayleigh fucking said it, too. So, maybe it's just, like, the same concept of, like, inherited will.
Right. I think that's... Ugh, I'm getting wig hair.
Maybe he was a descendant, I'm sure he's a descendant of Ryuma because it's like the one, it's like, it's almost confirmed because like the one eye, the fighting style, like all of these things. And like, it makes me to believe, like, again, with Zoro's backstory, like Zoro, probably came from Wano before he got to where he was at, because also his teacher,
I don't think
his
that.
teacher,
he was right.
His teacher is also related to them. He's also in that family.
Right, but I don't think Zoro came from. I mean, he could have.
Why not?
When he was like an infant
Why not?
baby.
Why not?
He could have when he was an infant baby, but he's been. I think it was more likely that his parents or his descendants, were from Wano than he himself.
There's also a crazy theory
Uh-huh.
about Fujitora
Okay.
being from Wano as well. Because, I mean, Fujitora, the name, and also, like, his clothing.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it's very Wano. And they kind of came out of nowhere, right?
Right.
And they kind of were immediately assigned these roles. So it's just like, the mystery behind where they came from. It's like they're probably from Wano, too. They probably got out.
Interesting. Fujitora from Wano. I mean, maybe.
And there's someone else, I think. I forget their name, but there's someone else that's in the same type of boat.
Similar,
it's so similar, and there's only one place. And like Jinbei, like I don't know. I mean, it's just it's interesting. It's interesting.
Well, yeah.
I don't think Jinbei, but
Jinbei's from Fishman Island.
yeah, but Fujitora probably.
But yeah, that's interesting.
Or maybe like a samurai or something. I don't know.
And yeah, we do find out a lot, and that could mean that either Zoro could be a descendant of Ryuma, or it could just be that inherited will sort of thing. It could be
Ishimotsuki, yeah.
It could be, or a descendant of Ryuma too.
Ryuma, yeah. Who is,
who is directly related to Shimotsuki.
Yes.
Shimotsuki Ushimaru. But it could be that thing like you were saying with Roger and Luffy. It could be more similar to that, like that their inherited will sort of reborn or embodied rather than maybe an blood connection. Then we get to see Dogstorm versus Jack the Drought and Cat Viper versus Pero Sparrow. They go Su Long. And Megan's been saying something off mic, and I think it's so funny. I don't know if we've ever said it in an episode.
Su Long, Dick Long.
Money long.
Money long.
Hair long.
Chain long. Money long. Did I say money long?
But I like it. Keep going.
Fit
Arlong.
Arlong.
Yeah. Yes.
Go.
So long.
So
and
long.
that's how you end it. So long.
So long.
Yeah.
Bye.
Su long. Dick long. Money long. Arlong. So long. That's what you say. You fucking press someone on the street like that.
Yeah. And they're like, who are you?
Yeah, you go up to anybody you see in any kind of one-piece merch. You go, Su long, money long, dick long, so long. And then you fucking drop whatever you're holding.
I just see like a beat, and just like go onto it and say that. That's my first line.
I love it.
Of
bars.
any freestyle.
Bars.
Yeah, bars. For real.
Megan got bars like Impel Down. Let's go. But we also see a Yamato flashback.
Oh.
And she was kind of put into this cave by Kaido, and she was there chilling with the swordsman of Wano.
It was sad.
And again, the guy that just called me so-and-so, man, he does look just so much like Zoro. Dude.
Like, so similar.
But she realized, she's not alone, that they accepted her. And
they let her eat.
Yeah, they gave her their food. They sacrificed themselves for her. Like, and so she realizes she's not alone. Not to mention with Ace and all the friends. Despite what Kaido has tried his hardest to do, it is not her destiny. And it's not what she is called for.
Yeah.
Or being called to. Luffy's back. Back again. And Momo bites the fuck out of Kaido.
Woo!
Luffy delivering.
I was shocked.
You were shocked?
I was like, bite that bitch, bite that big bitch,
Luffy delivering one of the coolest lines again. You just took a bite out of an emperor of the sea. There's nothing left. What else is there left to be afraid of?
Momo still will be afraid.
Yeah, but still, what a cool line, dude. What a crazy cool line.
You took a bit to get the bite.
Yeah.
Bite out of him.
I took a big ass bite too.
Chunk.
And the panel of Luffy riding up on Momo too, Big Momo, and everybody like, oh fuck, is that Kaido? Like, damn.
Yeah.
That was in the manga, black and white. You can't see the color. They reference Momo being pink and everything, but that imagery of Luffy riding in on Momonosuke, oh my god, dude.
It was beautiful.
It's regal. I love it. Luffy and Kaido split the clouds just like Roger and Whitebeard, causing cat dog. So long in the world like a little cat dog.
No, they should be cat dog.
Yeah, cat dog.
Yeah, they should combine.
They should
be cat dog.
That's what their Su Long form should have been.
Yeah.
Should have been
cat dog. Yeah.
But they you know, because they were Sulong, and then the
Dick
moon,
Long.
the Sulong, Dick Long, Winnie Long, and then the clouds kind of covered the moon, and then Parasparrow's bitch sticky
Oh
icky
my
ass
god.
was like sticky icky ass was like, oh, I guess he sounds. I picture him with a German accent right now. He's like, not so lucky, are you?
Oh, it's pretty good.
And you're not so lucky, Cat
Yeah.
Viper.
Yeah, it's really good.
And then they split the skies, and then they go Sulong again. He's like, oh fucky, shooty. Anyway, yeah. It's kind of like that a little bit. But they go Sulong again and fuck shit up. Yamato tells Momonosuke that he needs to make some flame clouds to prevent the island from falling.
Oh my
or to
god.
push it farther away, putting a lot on this boy's back.
I know, literally.
He's a grown man, but he's a boy. Or
He really is. It's just like big.
it's just like big.
Yeah.
Cypher Pole talks to the higher ups.
Oh my god. What? I mean, we
the
always
person they're on
knew.
the phone with is Lucci.
We always knew that Lucci is gonna get Robin back somehow, some way. He regrets, giving her that chance to live, but he's gonna get her.
Yeah, dude.
He's gonna get her. And he's even said that.
Yeah, and I don't know if Lucci is, above these Cypher Pole agents, but he is the one telling them, giving them the order from the higher ups. But I don't know where he stands, with them, because Robin even makes a point to say at a certain point that the ones who wear masks are the most.
Yeah.
I guess the most
Evil.
powerful. I think maybe, or
Powerful.
dangerous or prestigious, or I don't know the exact word she used, but yeah, I had a feeling too that somehow Lucci was going to come back and try to get Robin again.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then they also find out that Wano will be put in the government's
Oh wait,
control.
Lucci didn't do that. Was that Aokiji?
What are you talking about?
Aokiji put her on the boat.
Well, I thought you were talking about Lucci in Water 7. That's what I thought.
That's what. Yeah, I talked about that too. But
Yeah,
also,
yeah.
I was getting it mixed up with Aokiji doing that giving that chance to Robin.
Oh, Aokiji,
Yeah. Sorry, I just want to clear that before I
Right,
get a
before
bunch of.
before the
It's
comments.
already probably like
Yeah,
4 or 5.
Yeah. If that, you're
But
being
it's okay.
generous.
Really?
I'm kidding. So yeah, and they also say that the government, if Kaido loses, Wano will be put in the government's control. The ships are already on their way. Now it's 12,000 versus 8,000. One more order about a straw hat. And that's when Lucci says to bring back Nico Robin.
Yeah.
Yamato goes back to take care of the explosives in the basement. We get Sanji versus Queen. Another is this how dinosaurs work moment. Queen's is fucking nasty though, dude. His neck comes out of his body and his body's just sitting there, and it's like, my body would be
That was
useless, but it's
crazy.
got 2 cannons on the side of it.
That was crazy. I was like, yeah, even for One Piece, I was like, huh?
Even for One Piece.
Gagunked?
Yeah, even for One Piece, wild. But this is so funny when Sanji's bones get broken.
Oh my
And
god.
his body is seemingly awakened, using that term. It might not be the technical term, but
From using the raid suit.
right.
And I don't even think we touched on that.
In this chunk of chapters, he didn't use the raid suit. But
Use
we
it
talked
yet?
to-
He isn't using
He
it?
doesn't use it. He's talking about when he used it previously.
Oh, previously, but this is where he kicks the can, right? Yeah.
Well, no, he's gonna kick the can
He's going to
eventually.
kick the can.
He's
Yeah.
gonna kick the can.
He's going to kick it.
He's gonna kick it.
I'm getting ahead of myself.
But this is when he first kind of, and he's because the whole time he's kind of been like, my body feels weird. I feel weird.
Yeah,
something
yeah.
feels off. Like ever since I, started wearing that suit, or I wore it that couple of times, and that's when it's kind of like finalized when Queen strikes him and the blade breaks across his, and his bones are all broken, and he
Dude.
pops them back into place, and he thinks of all his siblings, and he's like, this fucking sucks, dude.
Yeah. He's not like, damn, this is like great for right now. He's like, I don't even want to be in
He
the
doesn't
same
wanna
in the
rely-
same in the boat as them.
He doesn't want to rely on Germa's technology, and he also doesn't want to lose his emotions.
Yeah. Humanity.
His humanity, exactly.
Hmm.
Kid, he's hurting in the fight with Law against Big Mom, but that's because of Hawkins.
Dude, that was crazy.
Yeah.
Because I was like, damn, kid, like, I mean, I know they've been through it, but I just thought he was, weak from that. But no, he's being held back a lot.
A lot. Killer says to Hawkins, because Hawkins was also someone who, and we saw previously that he talked about someone having a 1% chance of surviving, right?
Mhm.
And they've mentioned, mostly I think they were the most hurt by or just they're the most like maybe salty with like Apu. Because, you know, fuck Apu, right?
Mhm.
But they really, I think, they like Drake even offered Hawkins a chance. Like if this is the moment, like because I think they're still maybe holding out hope for Hawkins. Like we get it that you did what you thought you had to do, but you don't have to do that anymore.
Exactly.
Like, but Killer here like has a crazy line that he tells Hawkins. He's like, "You regret your choice because you fear dying in the future, and here we are still standing." And I was like, "Damn, Killer!"
While he's laughing.
Yeah, well. Such a cool line. Killer cuts off Hawkins' arm and rips the doll out of it.
Dude, yeah, I loved that. And he's like, why didn't you, I forgot what he said, but he said, like, why didn't you go for, you know, my body or something? And he's like, kid doesn't have a left arm. I was like,
yeah.
And even Hawkins' face was like, this motherfucker outsmarted me, like, so.
He's like, what happens when one of your dolls or whatever doesn't have a proper conduit? And he's like, what? And then he slices his arm off, and dude, yeah, the reveal of him yanking the thing out.
Dude.
And he's like, how many you got left? And he's like, actually, that was my last one.
So I'm fucked.
Yeah, super sick. Slashes right through Hawkins. Drake and Apu have a conversation. You know, fuck Apu. And you know, he's chilling with the numbers, and he's like, bro, he's flip-floppy McGee, dude. He's like, yeah, dude, I'm chilling with the numbers now. I'm just like, you know, try to like fuck Kaido. Like,
he's trying to get anyone he can on his side.
Yeah, anybody.
Yeah.
Anybody.
Anyone who'll listen.
We see Kennymon's legs again.
That was so crazy. I mean, I thought it was a one-time deal, but he's like, yeah, I never was attached the same once, you know, Law cut me. I was like, what?
Which was kind of, yeah. I
was like, well, how does that work?
Yeah, that was a little weird to me. But it was far more gruesome. It wasn't just a clean separation like Law had done.
No, yeah.
Punk Hazard. It was like he was bleeding.
Yeah, he was bleeding profusely, still talking through farts. Love it.
I love that.
Love that bit.
But just to say like, oh yeah, I wasn't properly fused back together. Does that mean that everybody who Law has ever split up and put back together is just buggy now? You know?
They can do that. Yeah.
But bloody buggies running around.
Yeah.
Then we see that the Kurozumis have a final act and Kanjiro's final dance.
Oh my god.
Kazembo, that big, looming, scary, flaming thing.
We finally get confirmation that was him. Yeah, I mean, that's how he looked, I guess. Or you could turn into that?
Well, that's something he drew.
Oh,
there was the panel of him, like, with his fucking, barely
got it. I remember.
living hand.
Yeah. Being a bitch, yeah.
Yeah. Law and Kid talk to each other about being awakened.
Yeah, a little checkup.
Yeah, this is super sick too because we get to see K-Room or Kroom. Is how it's what it is in Viz. The K-Room anesthesia, the shockwave from within, and Kid can make things magnetic.
Yeah, can assign magnetic qualities to something. And that was such a funny line too. I mean, it was so like, yeah, I know we're in the, literally like, you know, can't believe I have to beat this monster just to learn about some history.
Yeah.
It's just like, yep.
Yeah, that was a cool line from Law, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so sick to see that they're awakened, and yeah, you start to figure, okay, well, Law's awakened,
Kid's awakened. Who else is in line? Who else is up to the bat? Who's else up to the bat?
Who's next?
Who's pitching next, you know?
I don't know. Who could it be?
I don't know either.
But Sanji then makes up his mind about the raid suit, right? Because, you know, Queen, again, is baiting him. Like, I'm better than Vegapunk. I'm better than Judge. I'm better. I'm superior.
I'm better. Yada.
And Sanji, again, it's a really cool moment from Sanji because he decides that his humanity is way more valuable to him than these abilities. And he wants to achieve everything he plans to achieve by relying on himself, not by relying on Germa science. Like, he wants to do it himself.
That's why he was recruited by Luffy. I mean, if he lost that, then... You know, how would Luffy feel? Like, just for power, you know?
Yeah.
It's not worth it.
He even asked that question.
Yeah.
You know, what would you rather have? And he makes that decision, which was a very powerful moment for Sanji. But Sanji is still questioning because of this thing that happens with this woman who is scared of him, that he thinks he might have blacked out and hurt. And flashes back to his brothers hurting that servant, I guess, that they had.
Jesus, that was rough.
He is kind of paranoid and sends that request to Zoro. Like, if I'm after this, if I'm not myself, then take me out.
Kill me.
Kill me.
And then he's like, well, then don't die.
Well, then don't
you
die,
better not
partner.
die yet. I was like,
I mean, the amount of sick-ass lines, abundant.
it's insane.
Cypher Pole, they strike Apu, and Drake and Apu strike back at Cypher Pole. Zoro versus King and his Pterodon or his Pterodon form. Another, is that how dinosaurs work moment where he pulls his freaking head back like Beetlejuice and slams it down.
Like Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
That was insane. Just their capabilities. I'm like, what?
And again,
And
Zoro,
I don't want to say nothing, but
go off.
King can get it too.
Oh, yeah.
When he got demasculinized, no one's ever seen his face. I'm like, yeah, because they'd probably die.
Yeah, because they'd probably dry up.
They'd probably drown.
Right.
You know?
Right. They'd probably drown, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Or, that's what I guess dried up, like, once every
It'd be the opposite of that. Yeah, it'd be the
every
opposite.
fluid has left their body.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
They'd just be, you get it. But, Zoro, and this is why I think, the Zoro fight is a highlight too, because Zoro is just really, he's trying his best to be strategic, and he's really trying to figure things out. He's trying to figure out what King is, what these moves are, how he can combat them, where his power is coming from, how he's able to do certain things. He's being very, strategic, and he's being very observant. He's, observing everything, taking everything in.
Mm-hmm.
This is when Queen tells Sanji that King is a Lunarian, and in the past, people were known as gods. Again, this is the third character. This, it has to be the most significant thing of all time, because it's the third character. Whitebeard said it in a flashback. Marco said it, and now Queen's saying it. So many people have said this so many times that I imagine it's going to hold even more significance.
Oh, yeah.
Later on.
Mm-hmm.
Because why else repeat it as many times as it's been repeated? Zoro then loses control of Enma.
Yeah, who knows if what's his name? Umi. Who knows if he's a Lunarian?
Who?
Umi. What's his name? No, not Umi. The sea? What's his name?
Who?
The big bad.
The big bad?
The king.
Oh, Emu.
I was saying Umi. Emu.
I was like, what?
Who says Emu isn't one?
Anything is possible, but we're talking about gods and stuff too. But what about devils? I mean, demons.
Could be a devil.
Demons. We kind of got demons of Ohara.
But they're already in Marajua.
That's how I say it. But
they're Marajua, so maybe he's just been there.
Right. And
he's like, I don't want to leave my home. This is you built around my home,
And maybe he was the king of the Lunarians. Maybe. Why are your hands shaking so much?
I'm excited.
Oh, you're excited. I'm excited too. And that's a maybe. Who knows? But you might be fucking onto something.
Two of my theories have been right so far, so I'm on a roll, baby.
You're batting pretty good.
I'm on a roll.
Zoro loses control of Enma. Zoro starts putting pieces together, thinking back to all the blades in his village. Wano Monji and Enma were both crafted by the same man. Shimotsuki Kozaburo, Kuna's, his childhood friend, her grandfather, who is the old man in his village that we see in a flashback, who talks about the weak fear a sword and they call it cursed. But this is a badge of honor. A sword must be bent to its owner's will and chooses its wielder. And Zoro realizes a lot of stuff right here. Yeah, actually,
he's like, what was all that stuff I blocked out of my childhood?
Right. He realizes that this is the same person that was this old man that was his childhood friend's grandfather that was just kicking it there in Shimotsuki Village, which is the name of Zoro's village and always has been the name of Zoro's village. Which is also crazy. How
insane!
The seed that was planted since the beginning is finally being paid off.
And Zoro just looks too, I said we were watching the first couple episodes of the anime, Zoro looks way too comfortable in Wano. He belongs there. And I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know either, dude, but this is crazy that he has actually had this connection to Wano. And he does have this connection to Wano. He himself is finally realizing that.
Yeah.
And to these sword masters, these samurai, these gods of the blade, or Ryuma, god of the blade. And he's really finding out more about blades as well. And that Enma, again, was testing him. Zoro infuses it with the Supreme, or the Conqueror's Haki, the Supreme King Haki. And that's where we get that line. So you intend to be a king, from King says that. So you intend to be a king. And then he says, I have a promise to keep to my best friend and my captain. This is where I wrote down, and one of my pages got lost. Dun, dun, dun. This is where I wrote down that the similarities between them, but also, the difference, right? The similarity being obviously that they both are gaining strength for the people who they've chosen to follow, but Zoro, I think, is also doing it for himself.
Yeah.
And King has just been doing it for Kaido. Let me just go through real quick, because now I'm paranoid that I might have skipped something, but I don't think I did. Sorry, 10 pages of notes, dude. Damn. All right, we're on page 9 though, so that's good. This is when we cut back to Queen, and we learn that Queen can use all of Germa's moves.
Yeah, and he's like taunting Sanji with it. He's like, recognize these ones? And it's like, okay.
And Queen, I'm sure when we watch the anime, we're going to like him a lot more, dude. But, he is still an antagonist.
Yep.
At the end of the day. But, yeah, that's where Sanji pieces together that because he can even use the stealth move, the invisibility move, that he was the one who did that to that girl who just didn't want Queen. That was just like, they pretended to be sick every time Queen was like, yeah, I want to get with that one. And they're like, yeah, she's feeling under the weather.
Oh, my God.
Take a hint, Queen.
Yeah, for real.
For real.
Jesus.
But Sanji realizes that he has an exoskeleton now, muscle, and speed, which all increase strength. And with that, and the color of armament Haki, his legs are tougher and capable of supporting even hotter flames. But even hotter flames, you're talking about the flames. I mean, we've seen how that kind of generates in the anime. It seems like he's just spinning around, and the friction and the motion creates that flame, but that Lunarian. But then for Sanji to be Germa and Lunarian,
yeah,
is like, is the story about Sanji, or is it about Luffy? But yeah, then Sanji KOs Queen. Zoro figures out more about King's flames, and King takes his mask off. He can get it, like Mehgan said. King has that flashback of Kaido. And we find out that King's name is Albert. That was a bomb drop.
Cute.
Albert. And the conversation that they had, King, again, knowing of Joy Boy, knowing all about the Lunarians, this must be common knowledge with their people, because he's telling Kaido that he believes that he is Joy Boy.
Which is, no.
Well, Kaido even says in that moment, like, are you still under the belief that I'm Joy Boy? In that moment, King kind of says, like, regardless, I'm going to make you the king of the pirates. Yeah. Zoro then has that awesome moment where he declares himself the king of hell and wins his fight against King.
Sick. So fucking sick. So awesome.
It really, really was, dude. And the parallels between both of them, and just Zoro really, like I've said a million times before, like piecing everything together.
Yeah.
This was a highlight fight for me, for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Love Zoro so fucking much, dude. Zoro is someone who is definitely like, I've always loved Zoro, but especially like going into the new world and just seeing how much he's done. And he's always been amazing. But he just gets more and more amazing with each chapter, it feels like.
Yeah.
Especially here in Wano, dude, like in this fight too. Then we cut back to Kaido, drunken master Kaido.
You're fucked up.
Which only makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
The elders talk of a fruit that hasn't awakened for centuries, and that the government has given that fruit another name. And they seem
they want to erase the devil fruit name from the annals of history.
And they seem pretty freaking scared, dude.
Oh, yeah, they're sweating. They're sweating.
And we're already starting to piece things together, right? At this point, changing the name of fruits. The gum fruit or the gomu gomu no mi fruit was stolen.
Who was in the possession?
Right. We're really starting to piece things together, dude. And this is when my heart starts racing. Because after that, Zunisha
is on the way.
Moving.
Zooming.
Zoro then, that's when he comes across the Grim Reaper, which we've already talked about. We see that Izo versus CP Cypher Pole moment where Izo, they cross paths and Cypher Pole's like, pretend you never saw us here. We'll get back to you later. And Izo's like, don't go yet.
Don't go yet. I got something. Hold on. I need to tell you something.
I got something to say.
Just give me 1 second.
Yeah. This is when everything is ramping up, dude. Law and Kid versus Big Mom. The combo again. Arguing over finishing blows.
Bro, when Big Mom gave lifespan to her fucking bones, bitch.
Oh my God, dude.
Dude, she is fucking goated.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Big Mom's an amazing villain.
What the fuck?
Big Mom is an amazing villain.
I was gunked hard.
I gotta get a Big Mom figure.
Me too.
2 of them. One for me, one for you.
Oh yeah, I was like, you need more. You're gonna get 2.
Yeah. That's when we see Law's long ass Willie.
Woo! Love to see it.
And Kid's assignment of poles too, which was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then he gets that big ass fucking laser beam gun thing. And Law uses his Corazon inspired technique.
Oh.
And Big Mom goes down the hole.
Down the hole. That means that she's probably not dead.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, she's down the hole and probably still kicking. I mean, not unfortunately. I love seeing her fight. I love Big Mom.
And I will just say, right, like, this fight was so awesome and so intense and so epic. And there were a lot of expectations and there was a lot to deliver on. And I felt like it was all delivered on. As you're reading it, though, you can't help but feel at times that, and this is how you really understand how formidable Mom is, and to really realize what and how tough it is to defeat an Emperor of the Sea. It shouldn't be easy. It should be hard as fuck. But as you're reading, you're like, damn, dude, like, I thought that was the finishing move.
Yeah,
I thought that was
I can't go on any longer. One more move. And you're like, yeah, this is it. And they're like, okay, one more time. I was like, you guys.
Take her out.
Get her down. Because every time she went down, she got right back up.
She was holding on to the edge of the hole.
Yeah!
Like, I'm not fucking going down. But as she does plummet, we hear her inner monologue and her little flashback. Where she's talking about either she's talking to Roger in her head, or this is an actual conversation she had with Roger, but I think it might be a conversation she's having with Roger in her head, where she says that, like, we're the ones that are going to have to deal with these kids. Just tell us about the One Piece before you die. Does it exist? And some of it is in this country too, isn't it? I don't know, dude. Momo talking about why he can't die. Some of it being in this country. Odin seeing what he saw and needing and wanting to open up Wano's borders, not just for Joy Boy, the return of Joy Boy, but other things that we just don't know yet. But this cements Kid and Law's victory. They win. Finally. It's super satisfying, even though I don't think this is the end for Big Mom at all. Zunisha is close by, a companion of Joy Boy. We've heard this before, but I don't know if we've heard it worded this exact way. Zunisha was a companion of Joy Boy who committed a crime 800 years ago. We knew that Zunisha committed a crime 800 years ago, but I think we might have assumed that they had a connection, but now we know that they were for sure companions. Odin, we find out, tore a part of the journal out. And Momonosuke is talking about how he's not really too keen at the moment on opening Wano's borders.
Yeah, I was like, huh?
I was a little
After
shocked,
all
too.
this, you know?
Yeah. That's when we see Orochi come across Komurasaki, sorry, aka Hiyori. But we don't get the resolution or the payoff or the end of that until the next chunk of chapters.
Mm-hmm.
Izo, though, is able to take out a member of Cypher Pole. Let's go, Izo. But Izo looks like they got pretty fucked up too.
Yeah.
The 5 elders issue an order to take out Straw Hat Luffy as once. I think they're starting to piece some shit together too.
Yeah. And they're sweating. They are scared. Under all circumstances, you need to defeat Straw Hat Luffy. And he's like, but why? Just do it. You need to do it right now. I was like, oh my God.
Yep. Frankie rescues Zoro. Kaido has a short flashback to a young Lin after he feels her defeat. You know, he really does
care.
Care in his own way. And
he's fucked up too. He's fucked up.
You know how we get when we get fucked up, we can't help but reminisce.
Like, oh fuck, I did know that bitch for a long time. Damn it, Lin, what the fuck?
Fucking Lin. And I want to go. We're going to go back to some more of the stuff at the end of the episode, just talking more about the implications of everything. But just to make it to the end of events, which we're almost at, Drake attempts to take out Cypher Pole and find out their intentions, but isn't very successful. Cypher Pole then interferes with the battle between Luffy and Kaido. Kaido is declared winner because of that. And the Cypher Pole agent is seemingly taken out for interfering. Kaido goes like, are you ready for your fucking, the consequence?
Yeah, consequence for doing this shit. I was having fun.
Yeah.
You want to do my fun now? That's the only thing I fucking have.
And it's just that honor of battle, too. Yeah. It's fun, but it's also like honor.
Yeah.
All seems lost because Kaido has been declared the winner. All seems lost. But Zunisha. Guys, give me a second. Zunisha. Give me a second.
Zunisha.
Zoo? Go again, Mehgan?
Zoo?
Who said it?
Nisha.
Zunisha. Speaks.
Zunisha. Please fast forward to chapter 1042. Everyone, the end of 1043. At the end of 1043. Mm-hmm. Please turn your pages now.
Mm-hmm. Because
Zunisha said, Zunisha speaks
and says how long it's been. I hear the drums. Give me a drum, yeah. Of liberation. For the first time in 800 years, he is here. Give me a say, who is here?
Who's here?
What was that?
Who's here?
Joy Boy has returned. And Joy Boy, the panel, is fucking Luffy.
He has risen.
He has arisen after 800 years. He is fucking back, dude. Luffy, confirmed, Joy Boy, confirmed.
Okay.
And he looks crazy, dude. He's freaking all oozing. All this shit is coming off of him, dude. Oh, we're gonna get into it, dude.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
And we're gonna get into it in the next episode, dude, because things are about to fucking go down. Every chapter is about to go off and get fucking crazy. The story has changed. The story is never going to be the same.
Nothing's the same.
Nothing will ever be the same, dude. The way Luffy's gritting, as the energy oozes from within him. It's oozing into me right now.
Suyoku.
That's a Pasalucci callback right there. That's a Pasalucci callback. He don't got me caught with that amen. And that is who Pasalucci worships, Joy Boy.
Wow.
Holy fucking shooting confirmation. This is fucking nuts, dude. This is where this chunk of chapters ends. Our thoughts. Now that we've gone through everything beat by beat and given time to all these moments, go off, Mehgan. Go off.
I'm not gonna go. I can't really stand up right now due to my cape. But I will say I was astounded. I was shocked. I was intrigued, and I was gagunked. I mean, above all else, and what a way to enter the final chapters of Act 3. I mean, come on. And it is, you know,
Final chapters of this chunk of Act 3.
This chunk of Act 3, yes. But going into, you know, the final part, to start off, nothing is the same. Luffy has gotten power ups before. Luffy's beat, you know, people, all over the sea, all over everywhere. But you know, this time it's not just another. It's not just another power up. It's not just another elephant gun. Like, this is something that is going to have so many ramifications, and it changes everything. Everything.
Everything has changed. Everything has changed, but everything is the same. Okay? Luffy confirmed Joy Boy. What does this all mean? The devil fruit. The name being hidden, being changed, being stolen. Okay, we know it was stolen by Shanks.
Mm-hmm.
We know that. Was the pirate that Luffy was talking to the 5 elders about, was it Luffy? Is that confirmed then that it was Luffy? Did Shanks know? I think, of course he knew. Of course he knew.
Of course he knew. And I was thinking about it too.
He was part of Roger's crew.
I was thinking about too, like back. I want to reread. You know, if Shanks knew Luffy eating that fruit.
Yeah.
And Shanks doesn't have a devil fruit.
Wow.
So was he going to eat that himself?
That's what I'm saying, dude. What was his intention?
I don't know. And I don't know. Was he just trying to take it because he knew
he
somewhere?
didn't want it in the hands of the government. Here's what I think.
Exactly. I don't know.
He was a part of Roger, the Pirate King, the man to find the One Piece, to find the answers to the ancient weapons, the void in history. He was on this man's ship. He wasn't there. He might not know.
Wait, Whitebeard or Goldie Roger?
Goldie Roger. Did I say Whitebeard?
You said Whitebeard.
Oh, my bad. Sorry. Goldie Roger. Sorry. My bad. Rewind the tape. He was obviously part of Goldie Roger's crew, right?
Yes.
He knew. He didn't know exactly what they found, but is this why Shanks might even have been crying? You know, maybe this is the moment that I don't know. I don't know. There's still so many things, like, because to me, what it feels like is Shanks knew, right? Shanks knew everything about that fruit, stole it. He didn't eat it right away. He stole it for someone. Did he always know it was Luffy? How did he always know it was Luffy? Is there a picture of Joy Boy on whatever they found? Does it look like Luffy? How did they know? And
Roger
is Shanks just like passing down Roger's like will?
Yeah, Roger even. Yeah, I mean, maybe the One Piece.
Go off.
Maybe the One Piece was that fruit.
I don't know. I don't know about that because it was on a government ship.
Oh, it was on a government ship. Yeah, I guess. But, you know, things could happen. But after they got to where they were going to find the One Piece, find all this knowledge, and there was, like, you know, the fruit.
Let me just.
He's like, oh, Joy Boy.
There
was something.
Yeah. Oh, Joy Boy. Joy Boy was definitely mentioned. Joy Boy was the one who left that there.
Yeah.
And it seems like the One Piece was left by Joy Boy, a message from Joy Boy. So my emotions were running high. I was everywhere, dude. I was stumbling all over my words. I wasn't even making sense. Of course, Shanks is passing down Roger's inherited will, and that is shown and really emphasized with the passing down of the straw hat, right? The straw hat that was possibly even Joy Boy's, right? Because not the one that they're wearing. Not the one that like Roger wore, not the one that Shanks wore, but the big one that we saw.
Yeah.
But it is symbolic in the straw hat being passed down, that inherited will that was passed down from Roger to Shanks, then from Shanks to Luffy. That moment when Shanks gave Luffy that straw hat, it could have been far more because it's something that is shown. It's even used in logos where Shanks is kneeling, like giving Luffy that straw hat. That imagery, that moment is probably so much more impactful than we could have ever imagined.
Or than we realize now.
Or
have yet to piece everything together.
Because it's Shanks really realizing that, like, Luffy is the one.
Is the next.
Is the one destined to free the world.
I mean, he sees it. I mean, like, Luffy wasn't supposed to eat that fruit. If
Well,
Shanks
that's
would have given it,
destiny.
I mean, yeah, it's destiny, but yeah, I don't know.
Because we talk about just how these inanimate objects, like these blades that Zoro had, like found him.
Yeah.
Like found him, tested him. Things will find you, test you. Like, yeah, man. I mean, it's so hard to fucking talk straight right now, dude. But
it's just so much. It's so much. It's like, what's going to happen?
Joy Boy.
Like, Joy Boy. Like, the
Joy Boy. Well, yeah. Joy Boy being the one that left that and Luffy is not necessarily Joy Boy, but is like the inherited will of Joy Boy. But again, like my mind is everywhere. Everywhere. And I'm so fucked up right now. And I've taken time and I've really tried to process everything, but there's so much still to process and to talk about in those last 14 chapters that we're going to be talking about with the one and only Tekking 101. So you're going to want to stay tuned for that. But, I mean, this is why this is the greatest story ever told, because it goes places and does things that, to me, as someone who considers myself to be a huge fan of storytelling, anime, manga, but also just storytelling in general, like, no story has this feeling. No story, like, is doing exactly what this story is doing. I mean, it's so, like, it's so special. And in this moment, you really feel it. The payoff to this moment, to this being confirmed.
Insane.
Joy leading up all throughout the course of Wano. Like,
I mean, literally just, again, like, reading all of this and remembering what Oda said. Like, this is the end, but after this will be the One Piece. And you could feel that. You could feel that.
Yeah.
And I've said it in previous episodes, but this is just like, our Luffy?
And again, everything has changed, but it makes so much sense and it fits. And the seeds have been planted and it's all been there. It's all fucking been there right before our eyes. Right before our fucking eyes. But it's finally happening. Everything is starting to fucking happen. And it's an incredible feeling, man. It's an incredible feeling. And what a fucking, like, honor to be to be able to experience this story.
Yeah.
What a fucking honor, dude. And what a roller coaster, man. Like, again, like, I have so many more questions and so many more things I want to talk about, but I don't think either of us can really go that deep into all the other things that we really want to talk about and that we really want to share until we discuss them in the context of those final 14 chapters. It's why we've been kind of careful about what we say, because obviously we've read them prior to this recording, as you saw in the live stream.
But we still are like, even all of those questions that we still have, even after we've read all of the chapters, at the end, it's just they're still not answered. I mean, there's still so much that has yet to be confirmed. That is going forward. I'm shook.
But it feels like this is the end game.
Because every time, and we're seeing it now, every time Luffy gets to another level, achieves something greater, achieves something more, the Straw Hats follow right behind him. And we're feeling that in Wano.
And that was what was so beautiful about this chunk of chapters, to put it all into perspective. Like I said, it was a lot. Everybody kind of got their moment, but everybody kind of got an upgrade. Everybody kind of stepped up. Everybody, Law and Kid, Awakening, everything else that we've already talked about. Zoro, Sanji, Nami, Chopper, everybody, Robin, everybody. Like, and now Luffy, and going to that next level, and they're all like rising up. They're all lifting each other up, like, and damn, dude.
And they need it. I mean, for what's to come now. I mean, they need it. They need all of the manpower they can get, because it is about to get even more fucking crazy. And I can't believe I'm even saying that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But oh my goodness.
Holy fucking shit, guys. It's about to go down. It's about to get so fucking real. This is where our discussion on these chunk of chapters is going to end. Our first reactions, our first impressions, our first thoughts.
This is we have one more One Piece episode left.
We have one more One Piece episode coming, like I've said, with D-Teching 101, where we're going to get to talk about the end of Wano. There's no one else better fit to talk about these chapters with. I'm so excited to talk to this man about everything that is to come in these 14 chapters, and to go on and experience everything else with everybody as a weekly reader going into the final saga.
Oh my goodness.
It's going to be absolutely insane.
Oh my goodness. And it's just going to go.
Yeah.
It's going to go like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And everyone else who is like, you know, I mean, we're so excited now that we're finally caught up. There's so many more possibilities that we're going to, or new things that we're going to be doing, and like, you know, experiencing, you know, even not only anime watchers, manga, you know, readers for the first time embarking on that journey. And, you know, it's totally, it's totally now. I understand, you know, when you're seeing people react to One Piece the first time, and like getting to know all these characters, loving all these characters, loving all these moments, it just energizes you and makes you feel like, wow, like that exactly what you're saying, like I was feeling. And it's just so universal and just so amazing that, yeah, we get to share this experience with everyone.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And yeah, there's so much more, you know, One Piece to come on top of that final discussion. Like Mehgan was saying too, we're going to get to experience with everybody. We're going to be weekly readers after this, and we're going to do chapter discussions, and even have talked about, like, even though the next episode will be our final like One Piece episode, whenever, who knows how many arcs will be in the final saga, but you know, we'll do the chapter reviews and discussions, reactions. We still have anime reactions to come on top of that. But maybe whenever that arc completes within the saga, we'll go back and do a One Piece episode on the saga or arc in its entirety too.
Yes.
But in terms of Wano, there is definitely only one One Piece episode left, and that is coming next week. So stay tuned. That's going to do it for our discussion on Wano Act 3, Part 3. But we are not done yet. Before we go, we have to shout out, we have to thank our wonderful, our amazing, our beautiful Patreon and YouTube members. Thank each and every one of you guys from the bottom of our hearts. Shout out to everybody who provided everything for the cosplays that you see here today.
I forgot to mention it. But I wanted to mention in the beginning. But yeah, everything you're seeing, like wig, cape, shirt. I have a skirt on. You can't really see it, but everything was provided by lovely people who are just, their hearts are so big, and they were able to do this for us because, like we said, like, we probably would not have been able to do the majority of what we've done.
No fucking way.
Not at all. And it just wouldn't have been possible without those people just extending their kindness from the bottom of their hearts. Like, it's so touching, and you don't know how much it means to us. You know, it's not only just for the episode. Like, we love doing this, and it's for the love of cosplay. It's for the love of you know, sharing this, and
for the love of One Piece.
For the love of One Piece. For the love of One Piece.
Yeah, and like we said many times before in previous episodes, we are going to be holding a One Piece celebration, right? Or celebrating like our One Piece series, catching up, you know, finally getting to join everybody else. We're planning on doing like looking back on the journey that it's been, having some special call-ins. We got some really fun stuff planned, and we also plan to thank everybody by name who provided for these cosplays and helped make these cosplays possible, because like Mehgan said, it would not be possible without you, and it wouldn't be possible without our Patreon members and YouTube members too, because every time we have had to dip into, which was what we were doing for a very long time, our own funds.
Yeah, there would have been no way.
There would have been no way without our Patreon and YouTube members' support either. Not only that, everything, the time that it takes to take 10 pages of notes, to edit, to have all the equipment that allows
equipment,
us,
everything.
to give you these episodes at the quality that we want to give you these episodes at. Like, none of it would be possible without you guys. The show literally is what it is because of you guys. And we felt it so much more on this incredible journey. And thank you, no matter when you joined or at what level you joined at. Like, it doesn't fucking matter. We appreciate every single one of you equally. We love each and every one of you equally. Thank you so fucking much from the bottom of our hearts. If you're not a Patreon or YouTube member and you would like to become one, all you got to do to become a Patreon member is go to patreon.com/volume1pod. To become a YouTube member, all you got to do is click join on this video somewhere next to the subscribe button. That gives you early access to all of our videos and access to our exclusive bonus Patreon and YouTube member podcast, Volume 1 Extra, where we talk about anime and manga, but we talk about all other media outside of it, anything we're consuming outside of it, TV shows, movies, anything and everything we talk about on Volume 1 Extra, behind the scenes, Volume 1 stuff we talk about too. And you get all of that on both places at our lowest tier. I think Patreon ends up being a little bit cheaper because of YouTube's cut. But the way you can look at it is if you become a YouTube member, you also get access to a lot of emotes and things that you can use in the chat. You get your own kind of special YouTube perks, so you can kind of look at that for being the reason why it's a little bit more. But anything and everything, every perk, everything you have access to that at our lowest tier on both places. So again, if you want to become a Patreon member, all you got to do is go to patreon.com/volume1pod. And to become a YouTube member, all you got to do is click join somewhere next to the subscribe button on this video. But if you're at a place right now where you cannot support financially, please do not worry. And if you flat out don't want to, don't worry about it either. Because there are plenty of other ways that you can show your support that mean just as much to us that you can do for absolutely free 99, which Mehgan will tell you all about right now.
Yes, if you have no more berries to spare, no worries. All you have to do is like, comment, or even subscribe if you have not yet to Volume 1, and that definitely helps us out so much. You guys have no idea. I know all of the YouTubers say it, but it really does help us out. Every comment, every like, comments about theories that you have, comments about thoughts, anything and everything. Comment a period, comment volume, algorithm gang, and become gang affiliate with Volume 1. It's kind of dangerous. I'm not gonna lie, but it's worth it. It's worth it to show your love.
Yeah, become gang affiliated, dude.
Yeah, you won't. No, but seriously, all that helps, and that is completely free. Things you can do for free right now. Even if you're listening to it right now, just put a little comment on there, like it, or even subscribe if you have not yet. We have socials too. We have Instagram, Twitter, and Discord. We have a lot of lovely people on our Discord. A lot of mature, very knowledgeable people about anime and manga who talk all the time, and it is such a great community. If you're looking for an anime and manga community or anything else, there's really a community to people to talk to every day. You can definitely join. That's in the link, and I would highly recommend, because we have lovely people in there.
Everything that Mehgan said, even if you're listening on audio, leaving us a review if you can. View duration, just being here all the way at the very end for longer form videos, that helps us out so fucking much in the algorithm. Sharing it with other people who love One Piece. Anything and everything, all of it helps so much, and we appreciate every single bit of it. That's going to do it for our discussion on Wano Act 3, Part 3. Stay tuned for our final Wano video with Tekking 101. That's going to do it for this episode. Another Done Piece episode in the tank. The only thing left to do now is to get out of here on our outro that is always the same and never changes, which today I freaking got it, Mehgan.
Oh, you got it.
Joy Boy has returned.
Yep.
Let's freaking go. So as always, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And until next time, Joy Boy has returned. Let's freaking go.
Do you think that Joy Boy eats almond joys?
Maybe. I love almond joys.
Does he probably does?
Maybe he's an almond joy boy.